Well, there we go. We're unmuted. How is it going, guys? Hello. We got a lot of people hopping in already. Look at that. We're going popping live on TikTok quick. But YouTube, what is going on? Twitch, Facebook, we got everybody jumping in already. We're having monsoon comments already. Someone saw the approved ball list. That was quick. But Mark, always, James, Tyran, Eric, Basic Bowler, Kevin, Mitchman, Fast. What is going on, guys? How are y'all doing? Hope you had a good last week. We got an awesome stream for you today. A little bit of a surprise in a lot of ways. This one's going to be a little bit different. So I hope you guys enjoy the new setup. I hope you guys enjoy what we're going to be bringing because we, as you can tell, we have a special guest here. We have Josh TAJIRI, who is a fellow content creator, Storm staffer, Pro Shop owner, correct?
Yeah.
Pro
Bay Area
Shop
Pro
owner, Bay Area Pro Shop. A lot of awesome things, but not awesome is that my TikTok decided to not connect, but we're back. Thank you, TikTok. Love you. But we are here to both talk to Josh, pick his brain on everything and anything Storm Bowling. As you guys hopefully have seen, if you haven't, go check out his channel. He has the most detailed guide on the Vengeance on the internet right now. He's always the most detailed when it comes to all the Storm stuff. Always will recommend him. All of his links are in the description, but make sure to go check out his Vengeance video, because his Vengeance video has a lot of different comparisons to it. But then before that, he's got Transformer videos galore and is going to have more coming soon. So we're going to dig into everything and anything with the new Storm bowling balls. Full Q&A as per usual. Be a little less open to Q&A, but I'll try to hit as many questions as we can while we're talking, hanging out, doing everything and anything. But as I can see with a lot of you already commenting, we are giving away a 900 Global Vengeance today. So you guys are a little bit early on the exclamation point raffle. I should kick that off quick. I was waiting to see, but let's kick off for 1 hour a 900 Global Vengeance giveaway, courtesy of Storm Bowling. You guys had to look at my Streamlabs for a second. Apologies. But we are giving one away courtesy of Storm Bowling. Huge thank you to those guys. They reached out last Thursday to talk a little bit, and they offered to give away one of their brand new Vengeances live on stream. So we'll be doing that giveaway around 7 p.m. It'll be around 7:04, 7:05 that the raffle will complete. So all you need to do to sign in is exclamation point raffle. And then you should be able to get a notice, especially on the Twitch side. The YouTube side isn't, but the Twitch side, you'll get a little note that says you received 1 ticket. Just to verify that everything is working okay. I am seeing, just want to make sure. I don't know if it's kicked off yet for you. I'm seeing that it kicked off for Twitch. I will make sure just a second on the guys on YouTube. It doesn't seem like it's kicking off over there. Right now it is on Twitch. But Josh, want to give a little bit of a little introduction for yourself? I kind of stole a little bit of your thunder, but while I make sure this is working, I want to give a little intro.
All right, sounds good. Well, first off, I wanted to thank you so much for having me here on your channel today, and definitely excited to be talking about the 2 new pieces from 900 Global and Rotogrip, the 900 Global Vengeance and the Rotogrip Transformer. A little bit about me. I've been doing content for Storm, Rotogrip 900 Global for a long time. I first started doing it back with a company called bowlersdeals.com. They're still in existence. They're like in Texas somewhere. And then in 2016, and when I bought my own pro shop, I started to venture on my own, and that's when I created Tajiri's Ball Reviews. And man, I sometimes I look back and I look at those reviews, I was like, wow, these are really bad. But you know, very fortunate to have met a lot of people in the industry, and a lot of people have been giving me tips on, hey, I think you should do this, or hey, I think you should do that, or you should go check out this camera gear. There's so many people that has helped me grow my channel into what it is now, and I truly appreciate everyone and everyone's support. And it's an awesome journey, and yeah, definitely trying to go a little bit more in the cinematic side, and I feel like I'm pretty close. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from all the Storm Korea content, because their cinematography is just you can't beat it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Who have you, I know you know a lot of the guys at the Storm plant way better, but who are some of the videographers over there? I know Tyler Wilson just
Oh,
took a spot there, right?
Tyler took his spot.
Yep, who
It
was
was
running one of the
Chayton.
hype channels.
Yeah, it was Chayton before that, and then before that, it was a guy named Tavio, and let's see who else. Chad does a little bit, or he used to do a little bit. He used to do all the Waves videos, but I don't think he does that anymore. But I think Tyler's just kind of going to take over everything. But
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. No, they are awesome on the cinematography end. Like a lot of their teaser videos, their full videos. I mean, we saw it with the massive Transformer stream. Wow, I was trying to say
yes,
screen for some. Stream was fantastic. They did a great job with that. Showed a lot of really good things with a lot of cinematography and then just good everything. Like it's surprising if you're not in the space as deep, seeing like, man,
mhm,
that camera angle is really good. Like the nerdiest things that you
yes,
can
yes.
pick up on in some of those things versus the ones that are like, all right, there's a tripod up and they got a video and that's that. Like that there's very big differences because you use 2 or 3 angles in yours. 3, I think.
I use 2/3. Kind of just depends on what what I'm trying to detail, but I normally have one on. If the approach is here, I have a camera angle pointing this way, and then I have a camera kind of high up on the concourse pointing down to kind of show the back angle. And then I kind of just move it around if needed, if I'm trying to change angles a little bit. But I try to keep it simple because I do my own editing too. I don't outsource it. I don't have that luxury, unfortunately, but I'm trying to get there. Trying to get there. I have someone that's willing to help me out, so we are trying to work on that and give me some time because I might not have time in the future because I just landed another job. So
Oh, hey, congrats. That's awesome.
yeah,
So
thank you.
keeping the pro shop and then running the full-time
Yep.
9 to 5 job as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I'm in the Bay Area. It's expensive, so
Oh yeah.
anyone who
No,
lives out here totally understands.
that is fair. That is fair. Are you guys one pro shop or do you have multiple locations?
So we used to have two locations. The main location right now is at Mateo Bowl in San Mateo, California, and the other one that we had was in Seabowl, and that was in Pacifica. But unfortunately, due to COVID, that bowling alley had closed in 2023, I want to say. So basically, when COVID hit, it didn't reopen, and so we ended up losing that pro shop. So down to
Oh,
one.
okay.
But in a way, it was a blessing because since it was separate, my vision was also separate. Now that it's one, I'm able to focus on just one and dive deeper into that. And it's crazy. I'm actually doing more now with one shop than I had with two, which is wild, but very grateful.
Yeah. No, that is awesome stuff. Yeah, because you guys, I remember seeing a post back in it was around Black Friday, with all the
Oh yeah,
phase
I
two
did. I
pearls.
did crazy. I did crazy Black Friday stuff this year.
Yeah. That was awesome though. You guys had to have gotten rid of a million phase two pearls.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was a lot,
Yeah.
and I think what everyone had the most fun in was, because I brought in a claw machine. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did. Yeah. That
I
was sick.
I I literally bought a claw machine. Oh, what funny story. I was in Japan, and I just see claw machines left and right, and I was like, "You know what'd be a really good Black Friday deal? If I get a claw machine and I put little things inside those little pods, and then people can just if they buy stuff and they can just get a free play and they can win more stuff. I think that would be great." And it was a hit. So
All right. Okay.
speaking
Sorry.
of claw machine, you guys can was it exclamation point raffle?
Exclamation point raffle. It now works on YouTube. I was
All right,
getting
we are
a
up.
CSRF token error. I've never seen that before. Apparently, it's just a security error, which is the least fun kind of error, but we're good to go. So now, starting now, if you already put an exclamation point raffle on YouTube and it didn't work, make sure to go do that again. Then it will work. You will get a Streamlabs notification saying that you received 1 ticket. If you have a ticket, that means you have a ticket into the drawing. So we'll do our drawing at 7:05. Make sure to do exclamation point raffle only on YouTube and on Twitch. Unfortunately, it will not work on Facebook. So if you're watching on Facebook, quickly jump over to YouTube, pop that in, and our chat is now going berserk thanks to
I
Streamlabs.
can see
Thank you.
that.
Holy cow. That is
It's just
A-okay.
boom,
Make
boom,
sure,
boom, boom, boom.
yeah, make sure you guys are popping that in. But let's talk about the ball of the hour right now, which is the Vengeance. First of all, I want to talk about the marketing of this ball. So I was fortunate enough to talk to the VP of marketing at Storm last week, and he talked about it was the day before the ball came out, and he said, "Yeah, we have a really cool marketing scheme for the next ball that we're gonna do. So make sure to stay tuned for it." And what they've been doing, I don't know if it's on other platforms, but it's for sure on Facebook. They're saying that Vengeance took over their page, and they have a lot of good quips that are going at things, mainly talking trash about their own bowling balls, which is pretty funny. I just saw one today of someone saying, "How does this compare to my Ion Max?" And the social media rep who's running the account, who's Vengeance V, said, "I'm better. I strike more." So it was fantastic. It was awesome.
It like I seen someone comment too, and it kind of gives me that resemblance. Like it's almost like a it feels like a Venom kind of thing, like a Marvel type of
Oh, that's a good
like
point. I didn't even think of
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I seen someone comment on that, and it just got me thinking. I was like, "That's actually," because you know, like how Venom always like talks to himself in like third person and
Yep.
stuff. Like, I think that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting to. It's awesome. It's cool. I
Yeah.
love the marketing strategy.
Oh, yeah. And that's I mean, I've talked about marketing for bowling balls for a while, how it seems like bowling balls are just a little bit behind every other industry in the world. And this is a nice big step forward to try to bring hype to a ball that I mean, how much hype would the Vengeance get if it was just, here's the bowling ball, here's a
Yep.
picture, go see if you buy it. Like, I don't know. Global, unfortunately, has been snuffed in the last couple releases. Viking got snuffed just because when the Phase 2 Pearl came out, that, of course, that got all of the hype in the world for good reason. The ball is still really good. And then before that, with the Cove and Ember in August is always a weird time for bowling ball releases. Sometimes they do well. Generally, it's just kind of a like sales aren't crazy big at that time. So hopefully we can see some good things with this Vengeance. And what have you liked about yours, or what have you not liked about yours? What do you think of it so far?
So my Vengeance, when I first threw it out of the box, first thing I noticed, I was like, "Wow, this ball's pretty dull." Looking at the specs, and I already saw that the cover stock was stronger, with a 91 number, so that tells me that it's up there. You know, it's above an Origin EX. I believe that EX was an 89 cover.
Yep, correct.
Um, so I was like, "All right, this is gonna hook at my toe." So I put out something that I normally put out. It's like 20, was it 26, 27 mils, 43 feet. And it forced me pretty far left quick. And I was like, okay, so this covers pretty early. So I filmed the video. I was like, okay, I got enough information to see what this ball does, but it wasn't to my liking. So what I did, and I brought it here with me so you can see it, is I actually added some polish to mine. I put a 1,000, 2,000 underneath it, and then I put power edge, the power edge finish on it, because where I bowl at in the Bay Area, the lane surfaces are a lot older, and I just needed my ball to get down the lane because I saw it just kind of hook here and just go forward, meaning that the ball was already done hooking because I hooked too early. So in order to push that down lane and so I can get more motion, I added some polish, and that has definitely helped.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, a lot of people in chat can very much say that too. Or if they're more rev dominant, that a ball like this of this strength generally will hook a little bit too early on a lot of house shots. And I've noticed lately house shots have had less and less and less volume on them. There
Hmm.
aren't many that are really keeping up with how old the surfaces are in some areas. Like I'm in the Midwest, surfaces are super torched in this area. They're all
Yeah.
30 years old, 30 plus years old. Um, that polish, I mean, easiest way to fix a ball instead of selling it if you don't like it after 3 games, pop some polish on it, change the surface. Does it remind you of anything? Like, what would you compare it to with polish now?
With polish, it's closer to an Axiom Solid. Have you ever thrown an Axiom Solid?
I've thrown a lot of the Axiom Sol. That is, I My biggest take with the Axiom was the ball was terrible between 1,000 grit and 3,000 grit. I hated it. It was
Correct.
terrible. 500 grit, that thing was money. Cherry Lanes, Dubuque, Iowa, playing up the 3 board at Jeff Riggle's 11th frame tournament. Whew, amazing. Greatest ball you could have had at the time. You pop polish on that thing, best house shot ball under the sun.
Yep.
I averaged 230 with that thing on house shots at a house shot tournaments with that thing. But between those surfaces, it was so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it just didn't
That's
know what it wanted to do.
I kind of feel almost the same way with this. I mean, it was at what did it come out of box? Was it 1,000 or 2,000? I can't
Well,
remember.
that one, yeah,
But
was super dull because it also had that
yeah,
next cover.
that's right. That's right. Yeah. But no, it's so much better now that it doesn't hook at my toe and that it stores more energy. But the Vengeance, it's still gonna be that like in that middle category or upper, I say upper middle category of benchmark type balls. You know, you have below that you have like your Rockstar Phase 2 type balls, and this is just a step above that. Just replacing the Sublime Focus, but not the same ball.
Yeah. Did you ever compare it to an Optimum Idol? Did you like Optimum Idols? I know it was a very hot or cold ball for a lot
It
of
was
people.
it was a hit or miss. I've drilled a couple of them, and I only liked 1 out of the 3 that I've drilled.
Okay.
And the one that I liked was my two-handed one. Um, and I think that had to do with the AI core tech. For some reason, with my ball roll, there's certain cores that they just roll a little funky. Um, I don't know why, but I love the original Idol. That was like my favorite, one of my favorite balls.
Okay, that was
And
gonna be my
then
next question.
yeah, and then Optimum Idol was like, it's hit or miss, like, it wasn't great, but I just ended up gravitating to Phase 2 at the time, and I still gravitate to the Phase 2, but yeah, if I want something stronger, then we got a Vengeance.
No, that is makes sense. I mean, the Optimum was that was tough. It's always a tough thing with a sequel ball like that is like the idol is hard to get close to, let alone beat. And then the AI core tech buffed that differential up. I think it was 2 more points. And then
Yeah,
it lowered the RG by 1, which made it
mhm,
super, super strong. Like for me, I love my Optimum Idol, but I love it on really hard stuff because it's so slow down lane because it flares so much. So if I'm
yeah,
on anything long, nationals, I loved it, doubles and singles last year, where I was just able to play up 5, 6, 7 with it. And it whenever it got to the friction early, because the biggest problem at nationals last year for a lot of guys was the cliff. Got very over under.
yeah.
Yep. And the idol actually blended it for a little bit longer than some of the other balls out there. So that's where it was good. But yeah, do not try covering many boards with that thing. It wasn't great with polish. It did a thing really good, but I was kind of curious, yeah, how it did compared to this Vengeance. Just similar vibe to it with the RG and the diff and the strong cover.
Yeah, it's similar, but it's not the same. I noticed that with the Vengeance, I'm getting a lot better carry than what I would have if I was throwing an Optimum Idol at that time. Because I did keep that in the back of my mind. I was actually trying to go through my storage unit to see if I had another one, but I couldn't find it. It's lost somewhere in my storage unit. But
Oh, don't say that you
the
have one.
shape.
Ryan Barnes will hit you up in a heartbeat. He bought
Oh, he will.
6 of them from us. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Um, but yeah, it's similar. I would definitely say it's still earlier than an Optimum Idol, but down lane, it's more continuous. The Optimum Idol was a little bit more forward than the Vengeance.
Mhm. Okay, that makes sense. I do want to hit quick. We had a $20 super chat from Always Dead. Always Dead, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I have to say the advertising effort for the Vengeance has been awesome. So happy to see a bowling company lean into something more active with their own community, which is super sick. I mean, they're giving away a ball a day is what they're
Mhm.
also doing. Like this ball we're giving away on stream is not the first Vengeance giveaway. It's barely, I bet it's like the 7th or something. There's been a lot that Global and Storm have given away themselves with their lane talk um competition going on, which is super cool.
And I think on 900 Global, if you go on one of their posts, I don't even think it's a lane talk thing. I think you just
Oh,
I don't know, they're just
they're just
let me
saying,
pull it
hey,
up. Yeah, they're just
here you
saying
go.
doing like a ball giveaway.
Okay,
I
sweet. That's
seen
even
it.
better.
Yeah, let me I'm gonna double check.
Dave Bartlett, yes, this ball comes at 2,000 out of box. So it's not the Transformer is at 4,000, something like the Cove is at 4,000, but this one's at 2,000, so it's gonna be super chalky. So super dull out of box. Let me see if I can catch a couple extra comments while you check that out. Early doesn't matter with 40 feet of loft. That's true. Good point. Big B, is the Vengeance slower and smoother than the Equinox Solid? Ooh, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah. Okay, found it. So if you go to 900global.com, they're doing a ball giveaway a day on there as well. You just have to click their link and then looks like you click on whatever day it is. We're on day 6 and then you type in your name, last name, email, and then hit enter and you're submitted. And they're giving away a ball a day too.
Yeah.
On top of the lane talk.
Yep. On top of the lane talk, on top of the ZBL bowling stream.
Yes.
Wow. Everyone's going to have a vengeance that they're getting just from giveaways. That's sick. I love it. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the Equinox Solid versus the Vengeance?
Equinox Solid, that's a really good comparison, and I should have done that on my video, but I didn't because I was trying to pick more of the symmetrical balls because I felt like that would have been the more balls that people wanted to be compared to, but Equinox Solid, great question. Um, the Equinox Solid is my top of the bag. It was the Ion Max, but because the Equinox Solid came out and the cover is just a tad bit cleaner and my lane surfaces are older, I tend to gravitate to the Equinox Solid. So that stays at my top of my bag. And the Vengeance is just a small notch down from it. I wouldn't put it at the same level, but as far as cover stock strength, I think that the Vengeance is actually stronger than the Equinox Solid in terms of cover stock strength. um, looking at the lane front to back, it really feels like the Vengeance hooks a little bit sooner. But since it is symmetrical, that it does have a more continuous shape and it's not as quick off of the break point like an asymmetrical ball like the Equinox Solid would be. So if I'm looking to really control that middle part of the lane, bowling something flatter and my ball's just going sideways, I'll probably be throwing an Equinox Solid. If I want just a little bit more shape, but still have my ball read in that middle part of the lane, then I'm probably gonna be throwing the Vengeance.
Makes sense. I do want to do a quick plug right now. Looking at our numbers, we have 228 people who've entered the giveaway. We have about 257 watching on all 3 platforms right now. So there's a couple of you who haven't entered. Exclamation point Raffle on YouTube or on Twitch to get into the Vengeance giveaway. At about 7:05, we'll be giving away a 900 Global Vengeance courtesy of Storm Bowling to one of you guys. Again, big thank you to Storm Bowling for allowing us to give away a Vengeance. But let's see. I had another good question here. This one goes a little bit further back, talking about the Viking that that I mentioned earlier for Matthew Seibel. This one gets a little bit into a layout question, which I'd love to pick your brain on as well.
Okay.
Question on the Viking. I have a Hyperdrive Pearl at 4x4x2, and I want my Viking to play game 1. Do I go with the same layout or do I go stronger?
Okay. 4x4x2 on a Hyperdrive Pro, and they're looking for a Viking for game 1. Um, First off, I like to look at what is your rev rate and your ball speed, um, and your PAP. I mean, that's pretty important. If I just had to kind of like ballpark and guess, since I don't have those numbers, um, since you're going, was it 4x4? Was layout again? Four
Four
by
by
four
four by
by.
two. And if I remember right, Matthew's a bit more rev dominant.
Okay,
He's a
okay,
pretty
four
rev
by four
dominant.
by two rev dominant. That's already getting the ball to flare quite a bit and start up pretty soon. Um, if you wanted something that's going to shape more down lane, because that layout on that Hyperdrive Pearl is already forcing you to have your angles pretty closed. You can't really open it up too much with that layout because it's flaring so much that if you were to open up your angles, you wouldn't have any motion down lane. If you wanted that option where you could, open up your angles a little bit more for the fresh, I would probably move the pin distance to about a 5-inch pin and bring that buffer a little bit larger to like a 2.5 or 2 3/4. And that'll get the break point a little farther down lane and the ball to flare a little bit less so that you can open up your angles a little bit more, for the fresh. If you're looking for something to be a little bit different than your Hyperdrive Pearl.
Yep. Perfect. Perfectly said. We do have a JR Pro Shop sighting. Barks is in the shop plugging probably
Hey,
right now.
Barks.
And he says, "I doubt I'd be considered eligible to win." Um, you know, if you win, if you end up winning, Barks, I'll send you something that you need in your life, a ZVL chamois. How about that? You end up winning this thing, I'll get you that, and then we'll rerun it for somebody else.
Hey,
I'm not.
Barks, don't forget our snap streak today.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Snapchat
just
gives
messing.
you so many options to be able to restore it, so you'll be fine.
I know. I just like messing with him.
That's awesome.
He's a cool guy.
God, you had him on Snapchat, not me, you jerk.
I didn't know. I
Oh no,
didn't know
not
you
you,
have.
to Barks. To Barks.
Oh.
Yeah. Dang. I'm stuck in Facebook jail with that guy.
Dang.
I think you know a guy. I think you know a guy. I talked bad about the track cipher one time, and this is how you repay me. Hey. Is dinner with Josh an option? Wow. I mean,
Where's that?
that was from JR. That was from Barks.
Oh.
Yes. You
Yeah.
get a chamois and a dinner. A
Okay.
dinner with Josh. Not courtesy of. We're not going that far for you. Sorry, man.
Or we can all three of us just have a dinner together.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That'll be
We'll be cute and split the checks. Don't worry. It'll be
There you
great.
go. Yeah.
All right, let's see. I think I'm pretty caught up on comments. So, one thing I wanted to mention that we haven't hit on yet is you do one-handed and two-handed like versions in the same video of your reviews.
Mhm.
You have been doing that for a couple of years now, and I know you were coached by Baker.
Mhm.
That was pretty recently that you had a video out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's that been going?
It's good. So actually the way how that happened was it was last year in February, or not, sorry, not last year, 2024 in about April. Um, I hurt my thumb. I pulled something over here. Um, and I couldn't use my thumb for the whole summer. When I went to the doctor, they were like, "Hey, you need to stop bowling, or you need to find a way to not use your thumb." So obviously the answer is left-handed. Take the thumb out. Um, I have bowled left-handed before. I think I have like a 170 average. I bowled it like long time ago, but I was like, no, that's not. No, I want to bowl still bowl right-handed. And just so happened, Mark does come up about 4 times a month to the bowling center where my pro shop's at, and we do lesson, or he does lessons, and then I do all the signups and get the people going, whatever. But just so happened, right after I heard it that very next week, he was coming up here, and I already had a lesson slotted. And I was talking to him. I was like, "Hey, I might have to cancel. I hurt my thumb, whatever." And he's like, "Why don't you just bowl two-handed?" I'm like, "Well, Mark, I don't know how to bowl two-handed." And he's like, "Well, you have a lesson. Like, I'll teach you." And I was like, uh, like I'm seeing all these two-handed kids, right? And they're just like throwing it so good, like tons of ball speed. I was like, I've played around with it before, and I was like, I'm throwing it like 12 miles per hour. I'm like, Mark, I don't think this is possible. He's like, trust me, I got you. And then so went through the lesson, and that's how we ended up, filming it, recording it, because he was just like, just film it because I think it's gonna be a great idea. Like it was called creating the hybrid bowler, because in his mind, when my thumb healed, he wanted me to bowl one-handed and two-handed, which is what I do now. But I'll get to that a little bit. Um, so yeah, it was 4 lessons in, which was like about end of 2024, and it was like November time, and then that's when I shot my first 300 two-handed with an Ion Max, which is kind of crazy.
You had 12
But
mile an hour ball speed before this, and you pop off
bef-
bills with it, the strongest ball on the market.
correct. But
Okay,
I had to
cool,
bring my
sweet.
ball speed up to about
Okay,
15 and a half at
all
that
right.
time. And then so it's better. I think now I'm about to about 16 and a half off my hand. Trying to get it higher more, but I got to use my legs. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's a great journey. I actually like bowling too, and I find it very fun because it feels new to me because I've been bowling one-handed my whole life. It's something different.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I had a ball sent to me from a pro shop who I was formerly partnered with, and I tried two-handed for a bit, and it is very humbling to try to figure things out again, like start from pretty low and try to work your way up. Super fun. So it makes sense. And you throw it good two-handed too.
It's pretty good. I mean, sometimes I'm surprised myself. Like I'll take a video and I'll watch. I'll be like, "Oh, I actually did that." But I credit a lot to Mark Baker because all the metrics and everything that he's told me, like when I'm watching someone is like, or watching myself, he's like, look for this. This is the timing spot. This is where your leg needs to be. This is where the swing needs to be. This is where your head needs to be. It's like all, all those different things. It really helps. So, oh, but I forgot to mention, like, I still bowl one-handed. So what I've been doing now is when I'm playing anywhere from third arrow and to the right, I'm bowling one-handed. And then when I get left, I bowl two-handed. Um,
Good idea. I
so
love that. That's
I
like
can
the
just curve the lane.
perfect play because is your axis rotation higher two-handed?
Well, I actually can manipulate my hand more in terms of axis rotation when I'm two-handed, so I can either decrease it or increase it. But with one-handed, I just have a lot of bad habits. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I have a lot of bad habits, and I'm kind of just locked into like one-ish, 1.5-ish releases, and it's very like heavy rolling, and it wants to dig early. So when I get left, I never carry. I just flat 10 every shot because my
Yeah.
ball hooks at my toe.
Yep, and like you said, that's really good for the Bay Area where everything hooks at your toe already, and then heavy ball
Yes.
roll does not add into
No.
that. Yeah, that
Correct.
does not help. No, that's a great idea for a lot of reasons. By the way, I've had a lot of people ask, Ghost Blue Raspberry right now. Don't drink
That looks
caffeine
good.
as late as I am, but I just got my 12 pack in. This stuff is phenomenal. If you're a fan of Blue Raspberry, this is incredible. But what you do in your reviews is cool with that because a lot of people I've noticed a lot more recently. They really like watching ball reviews of people who throw it like them. And there are
Mhm.
not a whole lot of two-handers that do ball reviews. I know Lewis does two-handed and one-handed. He kind of alternates and he tries to throw a little bit of both. Of course, Darren Tang, Ryan Barnes usually is getting out a review. Um, maybe a handful of others, but there aren't a whole lot. So that's been cool to see. I know there's a lot of people that watch just because, hey, it's another two-hander who's not a professional bowler reviewing this stuff.
Yeah. Um, at one point, I was just doing only one-handed or only two-handed, and then people were like, because like at the when I first did it, of course, you're gonna get the backlash and kind of like the feedback, and I was just trying to wean out like what people wanted, what the audience wanted, and they were like, "We want both," and I was just like, "Well, that's when I had the idea," and I was like, "Well, I'll just make a video with both styles then, and I'll please both ends. I mean, if there's a one-hander, well, I have a one-handed segment, and if there's a two-hander, I have a two-handed segment, and if you want to watch the whole thing, then you can watch the whole thing." So that's kind of where that idea formed from, and I feel like I've been getting really good feedback on that.
Yeah, I know. I like even me as a one-hander, I'm watching both segments, both portions of the video because it's entertaining to see how the ball rolls with that extra rev rate and that slightly different ball roll compared to your one-handed release. And you do a good job at showcasing different bowling balls with both because you're getting two bowling balls for every release with a like the Vengeance, you have a
Hmm.
two-handed and one-handed one,
Hmm.
Transformer, etc., etc. So it's been cool to see the different comparisons as well.
Yeah, I try to compare it to balls. Like if I look at it as if I'm a customer coming into my pro shop and I'm looking at the wall and I'm like, okay, this Vengeance just came out. So then I would think in my head, what balls am I replacing in my bag, or what balls would I be replacing in my bag if I were to purchase the Vengeance? And those are the balls that I compare it to, or that's my thought process. Because I'm trying to take it on as the customer's perspective. Like when they walk into my shop, and there's so many balls from all these different companies. Like, how do you choose if that's the right one? So that's how I choose my balls that I compare it to, because I just want it easier for the consumer to pick, is that the right fit for me or is it not the right fit for me? Like, yes, I'm trying to sell balls, make the balls look good, but I'm also trying to give the viewers at home my honest feedback on where these balls sit, and not just be like, okay, well, this is a strong hooking ball, and yeah, you should just go get it. Like, I'm showing you like, oh, this ball slots in right here, right above a rock star. This ball slots in right below a phase two, things like that.
Yeah, no, I've always like even but I'm not saying this because he's right next to me on screen either, by the way, but I've for years was going to your reviews for those comparisons because I've pushed since I started the channel and even before that, the biggest thing with a ball review really isn't a lot of the words that are being said by a lot of guys, because you can say whatever you want if you're just throwing one ball. But doing all of those comparisons, you're able to exactly see, okay, this Vengeance is actually earlier than a Phase 2, than a Rockstar, and then it looks like it's going to be later than Ion Max's. I can't remember if you had an Ion Max in that video or not, but
Let's see. No, I don't think I did.
I don't think you had
Oh,
a
maybe I
big
did. I
ball.
did. No, I think I did. I
You
don't
did?
know.
Okay. I can't remember.
Maybe.
Either
I can't
either way,
remember.
like
Yeah.
there's always like he's always able to put like really well, where does this one fit? The Transformer was an awesome one. Where we were able to see that one surprised me because that thing was quick for you.
Very quick.
Yeah.
When I threw it, I was like, whoa, I
Yep.
was not expecting that.
Yeah, when it got announced and when I did my preview video, I was like, all right, this one's going to be pretty similar to an Equinox Solid pin up with the regular differential RG, all that.
Yep.
4,000 grit. That shouldn't affected a crazy amount. And I saw your review like, okay, this one's a little quicker than I thought. Yeah, that was, but we were able to see that because I remember you had it against the Equinox Solid. That was like the perfect one-to-one comparison, seeing, all right, that's exactly where it fits. So a lot of the categorization guides you see from Storm on my channel are from him. That's where a lot of the material comes from, of seeing truly how does ball A and ball B actually compare to each other. And he's not doing, crazy ones. It's not like you had a Typhoon in the Vengeance video. Like, oh, weird. The Typhoon hooks later. Well, yes, obviously. But that's been awesome to see. I hope other reviewers of other companies start doing more comparisons like that. I think that's always the coolest thing to have. So everyone here who enjoys Storm, anything Storm, or wants to see how does ball A compare to ball B, Josh probably already has a comparison against it in some way, shape, or form. So make sure to go check out a couple of the reviews, because you might be able to see, all right, how do ball A and B actually compare to each other? Because then even with the Vengeance being thrown in this video, you could see, okay, Ion Max is doing this, Phase 2 is doing this, and those are the two balls I have in my bag. So do I need something in between? Well, this is what an in-between ball might look like, things like that. So even if it's not a ball that you are actively going to buy, it's always good to watch a lot of them just to kind of see how everything shapes up.
I agree. And I wanted to kind of go back and just say thank you that I can be of help for your ball charge. That's really awesome.
Oh yeah, you are the number one for me. I wish there was a Josh TAJIRI for Brunswick and for Motive as well. And for swag even, like, let's just get some cloning going, and yeah, that'd be awesome to see, because it's very cool to just be able to physically see where they are. There's a lot of times, I mean, with the Transformer, like I mentioned, everything looked like it was going to be very similar to where an Equinox Solid fit, like just off specs, cover, all that, and then you throw it and your eyes get opened a bit that Storm made a quick solid in this one.
Yeah. I'd actually want to bunny hop off of that. That quick solid comment. Another quick solid ball for me was the Absolute Power, and I really liked that ball. I think Transformer is there, but it's stronger and it's even more quicker off of the spot and even more continuous off of the spot.
Yeah.
So that's
The Absolute Power was one of those that had a cult following, but I think because the Absolute was very, very hit or miss, very wishy-washy. Yeah, you either were Stu Williams, who was like, I have 22 Absolutes in my garage yet, or you hated yours. There was no in between. And then you have the Power come out, and it's really just going to feed off of that top crowd, which is the tough thing with, like I said, with sequel balls, is trying to match whatever, you'll match whatever the first one was. So yeah, that's a good comparison. I like that. So let's transition a little to the Transformer, to what you're seeing, because you have you had your reviews go out, and then you bought up a couple more Transformers to test out a lot of different things. And in your Transformer video, even, you showcased the wing technology, what to do as a pro shop, which in my opinion, again, I'm not saying this to pander to the guy sitting right next to me. I would say this with him not here. You showcased really well to pro shops, what the heck do I do with drilling? Like, you showed it in a perfectly visual way in the middle of your video of, all right, here's where the wing is. If hole goes here, ball's going to be earlier and smoother. If hole misses this, it's going to be longer and quicker.
And that's the best thing that how you just said it, because that's the simplest way to put it. Because the one thing that I want, the people watching and to understand if they're thinking about getting a transformer, don't really overthink, do I need to hit the wing? Do I not need to hit the wing? I would say leave that to your pro shop and your Storm VIP pro shop. They should have all the materials from Storm, and if they don't, they can always, hit up Storm or they can ask me. But just as a consumer, when you dive a little bit too deep, you can get a little bit too analytical. And I just like to keep the more simplicity or keep it more simpler for the consumers. And like you just said, basically, if you hit the wing, it's smoother. If you don't hit the wing, it's a little bit longer and it's a little bit more continuous. That's just the easiest way to put it. But
Mhm.
yeah, from a pro shop perspective, though, it's very important to know where that wing is because you can drastically change the ball motion. And that's why I purchased 4 more is when I got the balls, we had a little video that briefly explained to it. It wasn't as in depth as what they did when they did their announcement video, and I already had drilled my other ones. And normally what I do is I put all the same layouts on every ball just because when I do comparisons and things like that, the layout isn't a factor. Because that was one thing my best friend Deron Booker when I was starting up this whole ball review thing, one thing that he had told me, he's like, when we do ball reviews, and it's even for him because he watches all my stuff too to determine how the balls sit. If you have layout as another factor to when you're doing ball comparisons, then you're not getting a true one-to-one ball comparison. When I'm going Ion Max to, let's say, a phase two, if I have two different layouts on that, that could alter the initial ball reaction of if I just were to use the same layouts on those balls. So when I got the transformers, I just put my normal layouts that I put on my two-handed balls and my one-handed balls. And if I like the ball, then I buy more, and then that's when I'll alter it if I need to actually leave and put in my bag for like a tournament. But most of the time, the standard layouts work.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. No, that's something that is really important in a lot of ball reviews. That's why you're seeing a lot of the reviewers of the Transformer, they have their typical pinup, 45
mhm.
by 4.5 by 45, whatever their typical layout is on the channel, because you don't want to add in that extra variable. That extra variable makes things so much tougher. Bowling has a trillion variables to begin with. Adding on another one always makes it tough. So no, that makes perfect sense. And have you drilled the other four already? Or
Yeah,
a
I
couple?
I
Okay.
I did, yeah. So I drilled, actually, I have a picture here,
Okay.
and I'll put it on my camera so you can I'll put it up to my camera. Hopefully you can see that. Did it focus?
Not quite.
All right, let me see.
Camera. I made you really big for the screen too. There we go. Perfect.
So you can see that the one-handed ones, the pin down one is the one that I drilled into the wing, and the pin up one is the one that I missed the wing. And on the bottom there is my two-handed ones, and the one to the left is the one where I drilled into wing. You kind of see the etched markings there, and the one to the right. Let me try to focus this a little bit better so you can see it.
No, no problem.
Sorry. Then yeah, you can see it right there that I had missed the wing because that yellow scribbling line is where the wing is supposed to be.
Hmm. No, that is a good way to see it there. We'll make it right size on my side too. But no, that's exactly how it is. And what I noticed is that you didn't go, pin is directly below the bridge. So did you still try putting a decent pin distance on it? No,
So
I'm sorry, the
on
one-handed one specifically, my
the
bad.
one-handed ones, yeah. In particular, the one-handed ones. So what I wanted to do was keep the pin distance the same. So on my pin up one where I missed the wing, that's a 5-inch pin, and the pin down one where I drilled into the wing is also a 5-inch pin. But the numbers changed in the PSA and the pin buffer because I had to move that the PSA closer to my thumb in order to be able to hit that wing.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can still manipulate the drilling angle, any of those things, that especially pin to pap, even
Yeah.
if you put that thumb into that wing.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's really, really good to see. I think that was one of the questions I originally had was, well, is everybody going to be able to just pop their thumb here? How wide is that wing? So, pro shop question for you. How hard was that wing to drill through? Was it just like regular core, like just that little bit that tougher than the cover stock?
It's that regular core material, and it's very, it's like 3/4 of an inch, maybe like an inch deep. As soon as I
Oh, okay.
I was drilling into it, boom, I started hitting it. As soon as it got out of the cover stock material, it was almost instantly into that core. So it's almost protruding out of the inner core, I should say,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
it's the actual core, then it's the filler material, which is the inner core, and then the outer
Yeah.
the cover stock.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't drilled one yet. We have, of course, it hasn't released yet, so we're not drilling them for any customers. But that's good to know. It's always interesting to see like how deep do you have to go to hit that core, and that one
Yeah,
is like it seems like it's very close to that cover stock.
yeah.
So,
Actually, I can show you.
okay. This guy comes prepared.
I
He's got every
Yeah,
ball with him right
I
around
have
his
one.
ankles.
I have one here, but
Beautiful.
I'll have to pop off the insert, but it's okay because I keep tools at my desk just for random reasons.
Where's my? I have an insert remover somewhere by my desk. I ended up buying one. So
Mine's downstairs in the garage, but I'm not gonna go run down there when I have a handy dandy screwdriver right here, and
that's
I need to
fair.
replace these grips anyways. So
Yeah. There you go. That's the
this
attitude.
one's this one's got some lineage on it. I've been throwing this one a lot since I've drilled it. This is one of the newer ones,
Okay.
but I just been testing more. This is the one with drilling into the wing.
Okay. Do you throw a lot of stuff even off? Because like your reviews are usually like 20-ish minutes. Are you throwing stuff a lot around that time as well?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
like right after I'm done filming, I normally bowl for like about an hour
Okay.
with the new balls,
Hmm.
just so I can get a better understanding. And then so if I do when I go home and edit, if there's something that I missed, then I can just add it on later.
Hmm.
But that's my thought process. Okay,
Okay.
let's see if
No, that makes sense.
I hope this camera can focus and see it because I have it on manual, but I'm gonna switch it
Yeah.
to autofocus, and hopefully you can see the
Oh yeah.
inner core.
Yeah, you can see that brown inside of the finger is where the core is. The white is the filler, and then the purple is the cover stock itself.
Yep, that's correct.
So, yeah, for anyone watching who hasn't looked into the hole of their bowling ball, which if you haven't, I don't blame you for a second. But that is where you can see there's very little room. If you look at a regular ball, you're going to see a lot more filler in that. So that's really cool to see. We do have a question from JR. Do you think having core material that close to the cover creates any issues with manufacturing? I know that was the case early on with some of the Deviate two-hand specific cores. That is a super nerdy question, my dude. I love
Yep,
it.
I don't have the answer to that.
No, I probably would be my answer. More than
Probably.
likely it made it tougher. I mean, this ball did take a while to create. I think Hank mentioned 2 years of development for it, and that is definitely going to be one part of development is can we even build this thing? Like having the idea, having the mold, all that is one thing. Getting it into a bowling ball, whole nother thing.
I agree. It's it's a lot of technology in this one for sure.
I think your camera is a little bit not focusing
Is
now
it
on
not
you. Yeah.
focusing? Okay,
Yeah.
let me
But
fix
while
that.
he does that, want to mention we have another 13 minutes for the Vengeance giveaway. Make sure to type in !Raffle on either YouTube or on Twitch, and it'll give you one entry into our 900 Global Vengeance giveaway. This is courtesy of Storm Bowling. The ball will come straight from Storm Bowling. Make sure you're here when we announce it. You have to be here, and then you have to have a way to get me your address and show proof that you are the person who you say you are. We don't need anybody faking it. But all it'll be is I will ask for your address, shoot it to me. I will send it directly to Storm Bowling, and they will get you a Vengeance on around the time of release. No, you're not going to get one at your door tomorrow. Unfortunately, the U.S. Postal Service does not work that way, but it will be very, very soon.
Is my camera better?
No, it's still blurry. Yeah, it's
It's still
still
blurry? Okay,
still out of
let
focus.
me
Yep, so make sure you do that. We have 330 people in the giveaway right now. I really hope we don't get somebody who left and who thinks they can just dump and run. You do have to be here for it. So make sure of that. That'll be in 12 minutes. 12 minutes is when we'll do the full pull. Is it restricted to US only? I'm going to say yes to that. Unfortunately, I will assume yes. Let's see. Bring the rain or something. Let's see. JR said the other core material had to be runny enough to get around the inner core before solidifying. Too thick and it would get trapped and create air bubbles. That.
Woo!
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That is. That's a lot. Let's go to a more simple question for us, not about building not from Bark specifically. So he also mentioned he wants he doesn't need a candle at dinner from us. By the
Okay.
way, yeah. So just
Okay.
fast
Noted.
casual is good.
Noted.
Yeah. So he's not too. I don't know, we'll go with it. I guess I would have liked candlelit. Don Clifton, regular viewer of every bowling channel. Love to see him in every live stream there is. He loves bowling content. Question about switching from one-hand to two-handed footwork. How different did that feel?
That's a really good question. So, when I learned two-handed, I had to relearn my entire approach. I have a different timing. Um, I set up a little bit different, and basically everything is separate. So how I keep it so that I can bowl one-handed and two-handed, it's two separate approaches. My timing is different. When I push the ball off is different. And that being is because your swing is a lot shorter. As a one-hander, my swing's a lot longer and it's a lot larger. But as a two-hander, it's smaller. It's about here. So you're essentially gonna have to push the ball off a little bit later as a two-hander if you're converting from a one-hander, and don't feel like you need to feel like your backswing is high, because what that ends up doing is then you start pulling it on your upswing, because that's what I used to do when I first started. I didn't know any better. So you just want to have that swing kind of nice and controlled and nice and loose, and you don't want to pull it on that upswing. But yeah, best tip I could give you is just to, if you're converting from a one-handed to a two-handed, you have to kind of like relearn and figure out what works for you for your timing and your push away and all that, because it's completely different.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of similarities. Like if you switch from one-handed to two-handed, it's not like you're starting from ground zero, but you have
Hmm.
to. The hard part is reworking everything.
Correct.
Just reworking a lot of things that you thought you knew that just don't really work anymore.
Hmm.
Let's see. Another quick question before we get into some more nerdy ball stuff. Are you more comfortable one-handed or two-handed? Say you're entering a tournament. I think you kind of hit on this one earlier. But say you're going to did you bowl nationals in Baton Rouge?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We bowl every year.
You do? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Did you one, how was it for you?
It was all right. I think I went 70 over, 80 over for all events, something like
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
I
You get
can't
some money
I
back.
can't remember. But it was an okay year. Our companion team did good. They came in the top 20 again, and this is like back-to-back years.
Yeah. Especially
Our
on
team
this
on
mess that was this year. That was
Yeah, on team
hard.
our team struggled, but for good reasons. They were impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I actually bowled both one and two-handed, and I surprised myself. And because I flew, so I could only bring six. What I did was I brought five one-handed balls, and then I brought a Zen 25, and
Wait. What?
I brought five one-handed balls. Okay, let's see if I can remember what I brought. I
Okay.
brought a urethane as I think I had a pitch black, um, Ion Max, um, Phase 2. No, sorry, no. I threw a Marvel Black instead. That's an overseas ball. I just tend to like that when I'm bowling on the USB-C stuff. For some reason, that ball rolls really good.
Is that one a
Um,
solid or pearl?
solid,
That one
solid.
is okay. Is it
Yeah.
R2? I'll look up the actually. You keep going.
NRG, yeah. Anyways, so I had those three, and I believe I had ball number 4 was it was an asymmetrical hybrid of some sort. What would it have been? Not a DNA coil. That was a year before that.
Origin was still out at that time.
No, it wasn't during Origin.
Tension
What
S2.
ball was it? No,
S2
not
was a
attention
hybrid at the time.
S2. Well, anyways, there was some sort of asymmetrical pearl. I can't remember. And then I had a my pearl ball that I used then was it was a symmetrical pearl. What symmetrical pearl did I end up
Phase
using?
AI was out. Zen 25, like you said.
Was N25 was my two-handed one.
Road Warrior was out at the time.
Nope, that would have been too weak because it was newer lane surface. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sorry. I remember the other ones but I know that those two balls, I didn't even throw them. So,
Okay. Fair.
but so for team event, I ended up just using my one-handed equipment, urethane, and then Ion Max. But in doubles and singles, right after the shift from doubles to singles, I went to two-handed, and I went to the Zen 25, and I popped was it like a 268 in there, and I was just like, there was such a big puddle in the middle from what we built. I just threw it nice and slow, and I just hit it
Oh,
two-handed,
it
and
was awesome.
it just sat there. I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
Zen
this is
25.
amazing.
Yeah, that thing was big enough where you got it to the dry quick and it probably was fine.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Are you excited? Do you usually bowl well in Reno?
Yeah,
Okay.
Reno's normally pretty good.
Okay.
Actually, any nationals, it's been pretty good for the last 3 years.
Nice.
We got a good group together. We started off with only 2 teams, now we're up to 6. So we're excited. We have a big group, and we do a lot of practice sessions beforehand and good communication. So um, it's a really fun group, and we're getting new people that want to join every year.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's actually a really good tip for a lot of guys watching right now. If we have 300 people on YouTube watching right now, first of all, thank
That's
you guys, everyone
awesome.
who's jumping in. This is a massive stream. We're going to do giveaways more often, I guess. Storm, give us a ball every week.
There we go.
But this is a good tip for anyone bowling nationals is it's very, very hard to go bowl nationals and just do your own thing. It is so difficult. You see it every single year. I see it with some guys in my hometown all the time where they'll get prepped, they'll understand what's going on, but they get there and then they're all across the board in the team event. You'll have one guy starting at 20, one guy starting at 5. They just kind of go to their happy zone. And that makes the lanes miserable because your
Mhm.
goal is to turn it into a house shot. So
Mhm.
usually, I mean, I'm guessing what you guys did is you tried breaking up that mess of a ditch that we had last year in team event, trying to
Yeah.
give us some hook or trying to throw plastic urethane up the middle to try to give us some hold in the middle of the lane because that usually makes them just a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And that's usually where you'll see scores. If you watch the really good teams, you see Josh's team, you see, I know Nick Pate's always on an awesome nationals team. I forget Anthony Pepe is on a really good nationals team. I forget some of the big ones. One of the Wisconsin groups of Nick Heilman, Andy Mills, what they'll do is they'll play together. So you'll see their game 1 scores and they're trying to tread water. And then you'll see game 2 get higher. In game 3, they generally pop off with, if the winning team's usually like about a 1200, 1150 in that third game, just really blowing up when they made the lanes easy. So
Yeah,
big tip, play together.
it's all about seeing, seeing the what the lanes are doing and grabbing as much information, but like you said before, getting everyone on the same page and to do the same thing, that's probably the most important. So even when I have my team and my companion team, it's not like, oh, I just let everyone bowl on this pair. It's strategically picked, like, okay, this guy's rev rate and where he likes to play, and this guy's rev rate and where he likes to play. Everything has to be in a certain spot because me, D-Ron, Dallas, and Mark, that's like the main of our 2 teams. We see a lane one way and we want to keep seeing it that way so that when everyone is bowling on that pair, it has to end up being that result so that it's easier for us to get feedback and know the correct adjustments. And then we line everyone else up on the pair that way. That's kind of like what we do to see what's going on with nationals and you know, get an idea of what's out there, and it's been pretty good for the last couple years.
Yeah, that is the best way to do it, especially one of the other bigger ones. Do you guys have lefties on your team?
We have one lefty.
One, yeah.
He's
So
on
he kind
he's
of gets put
he's
on
on
an
his own.
island of his own, but do you
Yep.
guys put a lot of the high rev rates with him? Or do you
No, well,
just
he's on our pair.
he is okay.
He's on our yeah, he's on the companion team that's been in the top 20 the
Yeah.
last 2 years. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
um, he's on an island. He's actually he actually is the manager at my pro shop. His name is Raymond Ledesma. So, if you guys
Nice.
are in the Bay Area and you want to come check out my pro shop, go hit up Ray. He does an awesome job. But he's a he's the token lefty.
You gotta have a token
we
lefty.
go I go, good luck, and he's like, yeah, I'll grind it, I'll figure it out. So he normally does
Dude, but
he
if
does what he needs to do.
yeah, but if the left is good for a year, like
Oh
you
yeah.
can just jump on your lefty's back and ride them to the promised land.
Yes,
Like I
yes.
know our
Like
team
normally
has
Reno and South Point are normally pretty good to lefties.
yes.
Like Matt McNeil loves
Yeah.
Reno.
Yeah, as anybody who's seen his banners everywhere in any bowling stadium has seen, he enjoys those two buildings a lot.
I agree.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point where there's so much there's a lot of strategy before you even touch the lanes. Like the amount of scouting my team does, and I bet your team does too, of watching clips on the USBC's Facebook page because unfortunately we don't have streaming anymore, which please, a USBC, I would love if you brought that back. It's so much fun to watch that. It's even just pure entertainment, not even for scouting. Like, even if I
Correct.
put out a shot that I think is out there that I see someone do, it doesn't matter.
No,
It's not gonna play anywhere. Have you seen the
no.
double bounce in my center? Like, this place doesn't play remotely close to the beautiful lanes in Vegas or Reno. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it is that would be awesome, but we do a lot of scouting trying to figure out like, last year for team event, it was like, "What do we do on this? No one is scoring. There's not even a 700 yet." I think when we were out there, there was one 700 or one 750 that was shot or something. Otherwise, scores were stupid low.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I would love to pass it off to you there, but we have 15 seconds until the raffle is up and we will have a winner of the 900 Global Vengeance. Remember, you have to be here. So whoever it is, make sure you say something in either the Twitch or the YouTube chat. And then you'll have to have a way to send me your address. My DMs are open everywhere along with my email address. Just shoot it to me during the stream. You can no longer enter. We are good. I get to click
All
the pick
right,
winner
let's
button. All
go.
right. The
Who's winning
winner
it?
of the brand new 900 Global Vengeance Ball out of 365 total members. This is probably the best chance that you have of winning a Vengeance, probably the least amount of entries compared to the global ones that are going on. The winner is okay. I might have. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to pronounce this one. The winner is Paps Chesterfield. Paps Chesterfield. PAPS Chesterfield is the winner of the 900 Global Vengeance. Paps, congratulations. Say something in the chat wherever you are just to know that you're present. We'll give you about 5 minutes to be able to answer. If you're not answering within 5 minutes, we will pick a brand new winner. So let me know wherever you are at. We will give a couple of minutes. Let's see. He's probably going around fist bumping and high-fiving everybody in his house right now because he won this ball. Let us
That's
see,
awesome.
Paps. Where are you at, sir? We'll give you till 7:11 to answer. And if you don't, we will do a re-entry or a re-pick. Then we will go from there. Oh, there are so many congratulations. You guys are so nice. This is awesome. This is incredible.
I don't see Paps though.
I don't see Paps, but I see a billion congratulations. You guys are so kind. This is awesome. Holy cow. Or you guys are trying to like shadow or like try to hide wherever he is. That would be even better.
Like, hopefully he didn't just like lag out on the stream and like,
Oh,
miss it.
that would stink. Yeah, so don't go
Oh
away
man.
yet. I know we're gonna see a huge dip whenever the giveaway's done, of course, but don't go away yet, just in case he's not here. Just to see. Sir Turtle, nice try, V. Pick me next time. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
since he's not here, do you want to show the folks? I know we talked about a little earlier, but I
Yeah,
put a little clip together of the transformer.
absolutely I would. Let's see.
While we wait.
Pull up. Little cheeky transition quick. Beautiful. It worked. And here we have a 55-second clip. Josh throwing first, drilled, pin drilled away from the wing. The wing is not hit on this transformer to see what it does. Still not seeing him. Somebody let me know also if you end up seeing him in chat, if he says anything. It's been a weird amount of time where there hasn't been anything. Here we go.
Yeah, so the first clip is gonna be where I drilled it away from the wing, and then it'll go to another clip which I drilled into the wing, and then it'll be a slow-mo of both of them.
Yep, and you can see it was a bit quick. Here's the drilled into the wing, and you're going to see a lot more of like an asymmetrical move on the pin, on the one drilled into the wing, it seemed like. When I say asymmetrical move, I mean like a little more tumbly compared to the quickness of the one drilled away. Good slow-mo, by the way. That quality still stayed pretty high. That's awesome. Hard to find. All right, so there we had the slow-mo of the drilled away. Here's drilled into the wing. What we can see, not here. Yeah, if he's a bot, we'll see. We're gonna see that one picked up just that bit earlier, and then just kind of rolled a little more forward.
More forward.
Yep. So that is, you get more of that true asymmetrical feel with the pin down into the wing version. So if you're looking for that, which personally, that's probably what I would be looking for if I grabbed a transformer. That's what you can do.
Yeah, what I like to, like, now that I didn't bring one with me when I filmed this, but when I looked back at that clips when I had drilled the pin down one into the wing, that pushes that ball closer to Equinox solid territory. And when I miss the wing, it pushes it a little down and a little farther away. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, a little bit closer on the Equinox solid in that terms on the spectrum, then you can probably drill that into the wing. And if you want something that's going to be a little bit lower in your bag, you can shape it more, then miss the wing. But I'll have a full video with that and a two-handed segment also, diving a little bit more into detail. But I just wanted to show you guys today. I kind of just threw that clip up really quick right before this live, so people could see just differences between those two.
Yeah, no, that's perfect to see. I mean, we haven't seen too many one-to-one comparisons, minus like the Simo one that we saw as a two-hander, which that one's a little more makes sense to a certain degree. That one's a little more basic with the pin to COG, which is so important. I'm guessing, I mean, asking you for a pro shop question, buying time for another minute because I see the chat's going rabid because he has
I don't
not
see him
answered yet. No,
yeah, I'm looking too.
I just realized that my Streamlabs tells me if he says anything, and he has not yet. He's not said a word.
Okay.
He's got 1 minute. If he doesn't answer,
it's another winner.
Yep, you must answer when you get picked. So people are still staying, which is awesome. So we won't have hopefully another situation like this. We'll give a little less time on this next one, hoping it doesn't happen again. But we will give, all right, I'm seeing 7-11 on my side, on my Windows time. So we will do, sorry, Paps, unfortunately, your time has expired. No 900 Global Vengeance for you, sir or madam, wherever you are. Press F to pay respect, folks. So let us do it again. Our next winner is Wayne Jr. 7979 is the winner. Wayne Jr. is our new winner of the 900 Global Vengeance. Wayne, if you are here, please say something in the YouTube or the Twitch chat. There's all the F's coming through. Ah, poor guy. Did not win the Vengeance. He's gonna be upset about this one. He must have been fist pumping too hard in his living room and must have tripped and fallen or something, but that's okay. But Wayne Jr. 7979, you have until 7:15 to answer, to say anything in the chat, any word, and then you will have to send me. Oh, Paps Chesterfield is 100% a bot. I'm just seeing. Oh no, oh no, Paps, you're too late.
No.
No.
I just saw it.
I'm sorry, man. You were a little too late. Wayne is here. Let's go, Wayne. Congratulations, Paps. I'm so sorry. You were a couple minutes late. But Wayne, you are the winner of the 900 Global Vengeance. Wayne, if you can send me a message of your address on any of our platforms. That can be YouTube doesn't have DMs, unfortunately. It can be TikTok DMs, it can be Instagram, Facebook DMs, it can be email. Please send me that as soon as possible. I will get that information off to Storm Bowling, and I will let you know what they have to say about shipping information, and you are good to go. So congratulations to Wayne, and we have given away our first bowling ball ever on the channel, which is really cool.
Congrats,
Very,
Wayne.
very cool. So huge
You'll like it.
congratulations to you, Wayne. We had a lot of people hop in though. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna have another winner. We're gonna give away just a ZVL chamois, nice and quick and easy. We have a lot of new chamois coming in very soon. We'll be able to give you a pick of colorway too. Guardian of the Realm 39. If you are here, we will give you a ZVL chamois as well, because we had so many people hopping in for this thing. This is a big thank you to all of you who are hopping in. Wayne, make sure to send me a screenshot of your username as well. But otherwise, Guardian of the Realm 39. Make sure you say something in the next couple of minutes. Shoot me your address, and I will get you a ZVL chamois, courtesy of, unfortunately, not Storm Bowling, but courtesy of DH Labs and the channel. So huge thank you, all of you guys, for hopping in. Caps, how did I not hear it? I'm so sorry, man. We said your name a lot of times. I am so sorry. But we will do that one more time. So Guardian, if you are here, make sure to comment in the next couple of minutes. And then if not, we will we'll find a way to give away a chamois. Find a way to give away a chamois in some way, shape, or form.
How about, since you're giving away a chamois, let's pull another one and I'll give away a chamois. I'll give away, you use your thing that whoever entered the raffle.
Okay.
Select someone else, and I will send them one of my Tajiri Ball Review chamois.
And your chamois are sick, by the way. I love those
Thank
things. I don't know if you have one next to you or not.
I don't. They are all over the place.
Yeah.
But
you have the same thing.
Not in my office.
Yeah, chamois are just everywhere. I have that right now at my
chamois
place.
Chamois are just everywhere. But
yeah, we're hosting the state tournament in my home center this year, so I grabbed the last of my like 20 red chamois from DH Lab, and I brought a ton to the pro shop, but I have them all scattered around here. But Guardian of the Realm, shoot me your address along with a pic of your username, and you can send me where to message. You can send me a email on zvlbowling@outlook.com, Instagram message, Facebook message, TikTok message, any of those, and we'll be good to go. Any of those, and we'll be good to go for you, Guardian. So make sure to send me one in any of those places. And yes, we are being the Oprah Winfrey of bowling, baby. We gave away a ball first to Wayne. So make sure to send me all that stuff. Next, we had a ZVL chamois. And finally, we have yours is yours Bay Area Pro Shop or Tajiri Ball Review on your chamois?
I'm gonna give away the Tajiri Ball Review chamois.
The Tajiri one? Awesome.
Yeah.
So
I have like 3 different ones, but I'll pick one.
Sweet. Perfect. And we have one more giveaway now. So we have everybody still hopping in. We're giving our third thing away, a Tajiri Ball Review chamois. Hold on. Brady McDonough hops in. We're doing a DNA giveaway. If you go to the local dump, you'll find mine. Don't worry. You'll find it somewhere in there, which is the best place for that DNA to be. But here we go. Winner of the Tajiri Ball Review chamois is...
Who is it?
It is Leolanatron. Leolanatron with the win.
Leolanatron.
Yeah, Leolanatron 7027. 7027. Leolanatron. Congratulations. Make sure to say something in the chat in the next couple of minutes to show that you're here. And then we will find a way to get your address over to Josh. If you want to send that to me, send that to him on any of his platforms. Yeah, whichever one works. So we have 3 addresses that we're grabbing today. Wayne, make sure to send me yours. Guardian, make sure to send me yours. And then finally, we have Leolanatron. Make sure to send us yours. You have a couple minutes before we'll reset it. So we'll have until 7:20 my time, 5:20, 6:20, 7:20, 8:20, whatever coast you're on, wherever you're at. So make sure to say something in the chat to showcase that you're here, Leo, and then we'll be good to go. But man, we are just, this is the Oprah of videos right now. Ace.
I mean, it's like, I feel like I had to. Like, you gave away a chamois, so I was like, well, I'll give away a chamois.
Peer pressure does work.
It does. It does. Good
job. Give away good life advice on this channel. Peer pressure is good. All right. Spareware also, thank you for the 30 goats. Really appreciate that, man. Welcome, welcome. But let us see. Yeah, Lilonitron. Yeah, maybe Lilonitron. Possibly. Yes, but we'll have a couple more minutes. But then we'll get into more Storm Bowling talk with a lot of the recent releases. I want to go backwards a little bit to
Okay.
one of my babies in the space, the Viking. So I am a big advocate for the 900 Global Viking. I really like that ball. It doesn't seem like too many people are throwing it right now. What did you think of the Viking?
The
What are your thoughts
Viking,
on how that ball fits for you, and in kind of that space?
when the ball came out and it was getting announced, and I saw that it was going to go basically battle with the Phase 2 Pro, my instant thought was, uh-oh, we got a really good ball that's just going to be hidden in the shadows. And sure enough, came out. I'm throwing it. I'm like, this reminds me of like a DNA coil. Like that's what it reminds me of to me. And if you don't know me, I loved DNA coil. That was like one of my favorite asymmetrical pieces. And the Viking just reminded me of that. I took the shine off, and it does everything that I want it to do. And unfortunately, because it was the timing of it, when it got released and all the other, asymmetrical, either pearl or shiny type balls right before that, people didn't really need it at that time. So, I think that ball got overshadowed because of when it got released and not because of its performance. If we look at the ball just based off of performance, that ball is incredible. Um, for me, that it fits right underneath those, top tier balls like the Equinox Solid, the Ion Max, and now the, Vengeance. If I'm looking for something that's gonna be a little bit cleaner, because it does have a slightly higher RG, but it's got a big differential and a decent amount of intermediate differential, that it really moves off of the spot, but it's not, like, super quick down lane. It's very controllable, um, but it's able to be used in a variety of lane conditions. Just have to adjust the surface. That's kind of how I feel on that ball,
But you
but
did
it's
adjust
very
the surface?
versatile. I did,
Okay.
yes. I took the shine off.
Okay. I actually did not. I have my original surface yet, which is usually not something I like for a shiny ball. But I haven't changed it and I really like it so far. It's still very good.
Mhm.
But no, I threw mine this weekend at just it was like a 5-1 43-ish foot shot, or no, 41-ish foot shot on some pretty beat up lane panels. And it was sick. It was tumbly enough where it was usable. Didn't have to get too far left with it, but it was still being able to clear the fronts, but wasn't too skid snappy. My
Yep.
phase 2 Pro was a little too quick from that spot, so I was able to go to the Viking with a little bit of a shorter pin distance, and we were good to go. Yeah. So
That sounds exactly like how mine rolls.
yeah. Also, we did not have Layla in chat at all, so we're gonna do a new winner. So
Alright.
sorry, Layla. But we have John Frederick. John Frederick, if you are still in chat, I did see we had a little bit of a dip in viewership, but John Frederick C9S. If you are in chat, make sure to say hello, hi, how you doing? Tell us that you're here, and then you will be winning a Tajiri Ball Review chamois free of charge.
I will send
Congratulations.
it right to you.
Yes, it
Just
will
have to
come.
comment in the chat. Let me
Yep,
know that you're here.
all you got to do is comment winners. That's all it is. We want to give you things. We
Yeah, I'm
want to
trying to
just
give away stuff.
Yeah, we want to give you free things. So, John Frederick, if you are here, make sure to say something. We will give until 7:20. You're here. Yes. Yes.
Yay.
Thank God. Whew. We have a winner, John. If you can get your address to me as well with a screenshot of your username on YouTube. It looks like all three of our winners were YouTubers. Yep. They're all from YouTube. Makes sense. We had like 85% YouTube comments for that. But yeah, fastest responder. Well done. So make sure to send me an address, YouTube chat, sorry, not YouTube chat, in email, TikTok DM, Facebook DM, Instagram DM, any of those, just shoot it my way. I will get that address to Josh. He will send you a Tajiri ball review chamois free of charge. You will have a new way to keep whatever bowling ball on your shelf as clean as possible. Remember to use chamois, kids. They are one
Yes.
of the most important tools in the world of bowling. Do not wipe it off with your shirt. Do not, like, please do wipe it off with something. But make sure a chamois is generally the best and cleanest way. And remember, you can always wash these. You don't have to buy new ones. You can wash them very
Mhm.
easily. Highly, highly recommend.
But I'm lazy and I just get a new one. I just buy a new one every time.
We're in a different spot. Like another point
I'm
on
like
that.
I'm gonna change colors. So this
Yeah.
I'm at the point where this green chamois is not working, so I'm gonna use this red one, and this one's done. I blame the chamois, not the bowler.
That's the play. I haven't heard of that one yet. That's a new one. Which brings up a good question. Do you even clean your bowling balls? Like, this is a question
Oh
that
yeah,
you do actually clean them?
yes.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't just
all the time.
resurface?
Nope.
Oh,
I clean them so like every week, because I just bowl one to two leagues a week. The other one I sub here and there. But normally once a week, especially before a tournament, because I have everything down here in my garage if I'm not at my shop. Um, I'll take all my balls that I'm using and I'll clean them. Clean them and put them back to the surface that I'm using them at, whether it's shiny or dull, whatever surface. I tend to keep the maintenance pretty good on my equipment.
oh, that's a great idea. What's your favorite cleaner? That's a question I get a lot. And I'm a tack up guy at heart. That's what we use in our shop all the time. So that's just
Mhm.
what I've personally used. But what's your favorite?
So because I do a lot of stuff with Vice, so I tend to use their products a lot more for as far as like cleaners and sanding pads, things like that. I tend to like the Vice foam cleaner because I like the foam where it digs into the ball. I feel like it digs into the ball quicker than an actual spray does. Um, so I tend to use the Vice foam cleaner and I put it on the ball, I let it sit for a couple seconds, and then I wipe it off with a microfiber towel, and then I after that, then I'll go to my surface preps
Mhm.
from
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it's always a question I want to ask, especially for pro shop guys, because a lot of guys, I mean, me included, I rarely clean my stuff. My cleaning is resurface, usually. That was my way of
Yeah,
doing it. But awesome to hear that because it's always good to have what the best cleaner is. That's a topic that doesn't really get
I
hit
don't think
much.
there's no to me, there's no best cleaner in bowling. I think it's like a chamois or like a
Mhm.
towel.
Yep.
It's just different brands. It's your preference. So if you have a preference, just go with that preference. I have used a bunch of different cleaners throughout my lifetime from almost every single manufacturer out there, even tack up included. I To me, there's not one that just completely stands out. um, they all do the same thing. They all clean the bowling balls great. Some may feel like a little bit more than others. I do agree. Like there's just some that have a little bit more tackiness, and that helps me as a two-hander. But I just personally like to use the Vice ones. But to me, they're all pretty identical.
Yeah. That's a good comment. Ron Hicklin would like a word with you both. Hey, I'm on Ron's good side right now. I complimented his video on the Apex Jackal. One, he did an incredible job on it.
He
But
did.
yeah, and he also
He really
commented when
did.
I asked about some bowling ball stuff too. Hopefully I'm on Ron's good side, and hopefully I'm not on his bad side after that. Ron, we love you. You do a great job over there.
He does.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job on that video. I even sent him a DM. I was like, "Dude, that was incredible video."
Yeah.
Explaining
He's
explaining explaining the low RG and the high RG and what was the intermediate differential and
yep.
all the different RG planes. That was really cool way of explaining it.
Yeah, and he did it in a way that's actually like it's simple. It's simpler. He
Yeah.
could have gone into 28 times more depth and everyone's eyes would have
Mhm.
glazed over, but he did such a good job at keeping your attention the whole time. Like, even if he did it on purpose or not, he story told to a certain degree with
Yes.
it, which is always what you want to do with content is you're trying to tell a story. And he did a great job at telling the story of that ball and how to what all the numbers meant. And even if you didn't care about the ball, it still taught you a lot. I learned a lot from that video just about cores, and I've been trying to get deeper into cores. As we saw, we had Brian Buckosh on about a month or so ago, and I've been trying to dig more and more, just understanding that stuff. And Ron did such a good job.
Yeah, that was incredible. I'm all about that nerdy tech stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. There's so much you can get so deep into the world of bowling, but yet you can stay super simple and still kill it. I mean, how many pros that you're aware of like just don't know or care much about bowling balls in a lot of
Mhm.
ways, but they don't have to because that their focus is throwing it really good, reading transition, being able to make cuts on the highest level.
Yep.
So you don't have to know the intricacies of it. Like a baseball player doesn't have to know exactly how the bat's made to be able to be the best ever.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I highly doubt Shohei knows much about the bat he's swinging. If he does, prove me wrong. And
Yeah.
also shoot me a note for a collab.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got our giveaways out of the way. What do you guys have for questions for Josh? What do you got? He has thrown. I mean, how long have you been on Storm again? What did you say?
Whew, let's see. I have been with Storm. Man, I don't even know. I wanna say it was 2011.
Oh,
I wanna say, or 2010.
yeah.
It's been a long time. It's been a really long time.
Yeah, because when I was grabbing your URL for your YouTube, one of the first videos that came up was the Phase 4
Yeah.
video that you did.
Yeah.
So if you guys have questions on even older Storm stuff of the not even just the last 2 years, the last 5, 6, 7 years, throw them in chat. We'll do a little more Q&A here, and I'll be the one throwing questions around, seeing what we have. Oh, good one here, starting off with a layout question. Could you recommend a layout for T Squad for the hyperdrive? I'm guessing that's what HD is. I'm going to guess the solid one since you didn't say Pearl. Been struggling trying to find a layout. Two-handed, 5 3/8 right pap and one down, 15.5 to 16 miles an hour. I don't know my rev rate as a two-hander. We'll assume it's a little bit high. 5 3/8 right, one down. Hyperdrive
Is he
solid. Finding a
Oh,
layout.
hyperdrive solid. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I see that comment right here.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Um, let's see,
I know
15,
I
16.
know it's
Don't
always
know
good to
my
have
rev
even more
rate. He's a
stats, like
two-hander. Yeah, yeah, but you can kinda base. He's a
yep.
two-hander. He's probably a little bit more rev dominant with
Mhm.
that speed. And with that down, that's telling me that his track is, a little instead of straight, it's just a little bit,
Correct.
inverted like this.
Yep.
So I would probably recommend I'm assuming this is for a house shot.
Yeah, let's
If
assume
if
house shot for now.
assuming that it is a house shot for your PAP style and for a hyperdrive for a solid, strong cover, big core, slightly high RG. I would probably put the pin at a 5 inch at 5 inches pin to PAP. PSA, I'll probably want that slightly weaker, so I would put that at a 4.5 instead of a 4. I'd put it at a 4.5, just based on your rev rate and ball speed ratio. I'm just kind of guessing here. And for your pin to PAP distance, if you are looking for more control, I would put that at 4 from the pin to COG. If you want to shape it a little bit more, then I would put it as a 2. So that is up to you. That's your options, but that's how I would lay that out. Hopefully
Perfectly
that
said.
helps.
Yeah. Use that. Hopefully that helps T Squad. We have a couple call outs on the TikTok side. We have Earl the Pearl coming in. Love this collab.
Earl.
Thanks, man. Love the video that you guys just put out. You guys had a Vengeance video go live. And then we have Rocky G, brand new TikToker. Rocky Gonzalez hopping in. So many idols on one stream. Yes, we're here for you, Rock. Let's see. What else do we have? We have a Talon Jacobson sighting. If I clean my equipment, it's always CTD products. We still have a lot of Ron Hicklin talk going on. Would you recommend the Vengeance for bowlers with slower ball speed from Tom Farfan?
That is a very good question. If you have slower ball speed and you're looking into the Vengeance, I would probably recommend making sure that you are going with a weaker layout. And in terms of weaker layout, I'm talking a little longer pin to PAP and a larger pin buffer. Reason being is because we don't want that ball starting up too soon. And then as a third thing that you can do is you can also take the surface up to like a 4,000 or even add polish if you need even more length. With a strong bowling ball and with how your style is, you don't want to drill it too strong so that it revs up very quickly, because then that'll in turn um, lead to your ball rolling out, and you're just going to leave flat tens and 2A10s all day.
Exactly. Ooh. Oh, speaking of the throwbacks, Big B throwing one in. Best current ball that compares to the OG Exponent.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you like the Exponent?
OG Exponent. I did not like the
You
Exponent
didn't?
or the
Okay.
Exponent Pros.
I
No.
was very iffy on the original. I was kind of
Yeah.
dumb with my layout on it. I had like a 5.5-inch pin, which was stupid, but it did not roll well for me.
um, the original Exponent, probably the closest thing that we have on the market is probably just going to be an IQ Tour Solid, even though it is a little less differential.
Yeah, good way to
But
put it.
it's kind of in that middle category. There's really nothing out right now per se. I'm hoping that there's something in that category, 'cause I feel like that's where Storm needs a ball, um, above a Typhoon, but below and like under an IQ Tour, like
Mhm.
just in that gap. It's like a rocket ship was a good example that I liked in that category, or like
Callback.
Frantic,
What a
um,
callback.
those were balls that I feel like in that category that is missing.
Yeah. No,
But
that
that's
makes
kind of where the
sense.
exponent lies.
Mhm. Or you just get an IQ Tour winner like I just did. I put holes into that last night. That is
Ooh,
a R2X solid cover stock on the IQ Tour.
how does
Um,
that roll?
that thing was so heavy rolling. Holy cow.
Really?
Yeah, it rolled so heavy. Like, it was cool. It was sick. It came out of the box super dusty. So it was a hard 2000 grit when I
Yeah.
got it out of box. And I was on a pretty beat up house shot. But I was using that Ion Pro and Cove, just comparing them. Cove was the longest. They all had very similar down lane motion, which was really cool because I love that super slow motion down lane.
Mhm.
Just being basically tournament bowler with house stuff on the side because Minnesota doesn't really do house shot tournaments.
Yeah.
Um, but Ion Pro looked awesome, very round. It was a 10-pin magnet last night because the fronts were a little beat up. That IQ didn't even get to the part of the lane that was beat up. It just hooked at 30 feet and rolled super heavy. It was awesome. It was cool. Let's see. We have Dave Bartlett. What do you think of the technological advances that Storm, Roto, and Global have been making? What are your with mainly talking about something like the transformer with the new core tech that they're doing, the pin up, pin down idea of being able to make a ball earlier or later. But what were your thoughts when you read that email? I'm guessing you heard about it maybe a week or two early, couple weeks early.
Yeah. I was definitely intrigued, and my initial instinct was I need more information. So I reached out to my RSM, and he kind of helped me, um, you know, give me a little bit more detail. Shout out to Ken Fong, also one of my good buddies, but I like to give him a hard time. And he's like, I never shout him out anywhere. So I'm shouting you out here on the ZVL channel. So shout out to Ken Fong.
There you go. We
um,
remember this, guys. This is to
yes, yes.
190 total people right now.
Yeah, but that's only now, because there's gonna be like 1,000,
It's
2,000,
true.
3,000 more people that watch
Yeah.
it after this, stream ends.
Yeah, we'll probably get to about 3 to 4,000 views on the live,
Yeah,
so
see?
there you go. Man,
But
you did him a
but yeah,
big favor. That's a free
I did.
dinner out of it if I've heard of one.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm gonna clip it, I'm gonna send it to him too. Um, but anyways, yes, the technology, uh, I've actually liked it the better half of since 2025. I feel like they've headed in the right direction. I like the fact that they're throwing in the like the dual densities, like the next factor. I'm a huge fan of those type of balls, like the high road. And since the next factor is an asymmetrical dual density, you can see the difference in carry percentage versus another asymmetrical pearl that's not. I feel like you get a little bit more hits with the next factor, but the thing is, it's a little bit cleaner because it's going to have a higher RG, so you're going to have to adjust the surface. So, like with the next factor, I just brought my cover up. Actually, not up. I brought it down. I took it to like a 2000. I put a little surface on it, and then they announced the transformer, and I was like, "Whoa, this is it." You know, like this is something cool and different. But it's not necessarily super new because they've done balls like this before in like the Alpha Crux. Alpha Crux was designed so that they had that inlet of a core, and then you drilled your thumb into it. Um, so it's not something that Storm hasn't done before, but it's just something a little different because instead of it having in the wing per se is like out and protruding, and then you can either change the numbers drastically just by drilling into it and not drilling into it. So I thought the technology was pretty cool in that. And then the Vengeance, that's just coming out from 900 Global. It's good that they've came out with this ball in replacement for the Sublime Focus because I feel like the Focus was really hit or miss with a lot of people. I think the ball was just a little too forward, and a lot of people didn't like it. But there was also a lot of people that did. One of my best buddies, Mark Curtis, he loves his Sublime Focus, and when they went on closeout everywhere, he made me order a case of them, and I had to write his name on it because, like, I love this ball, and I'm like, "You are one of the few," but
Yep.
okay.
Here's
So
here's all of them.
yeah, so I mean, like, even though there's balls that come out that some people are like, "Oh, this ball is terrible," but there's some people that, for their style, it rolls really good, and they have a lot of success with them. So even for any brand, like not even just a Storm brand, just any balls out there, because I see it from a pro shop perspective. There's hardly ever a bad ball out there on the market. It's just preference. What
Mhm.
what matches up to your game, what matches up to your style. And as a pro shop operator, I can almost basically get any ball to kind of roll good for you. It's all about matching up. It's that part of bowling where you're matching up the ball to the layout, to the surface finish, to the style of the bowler. I think that's the most important piece.
Yeah. No, you hit that nail right on the head. It's one interesting thing with bowling that I always try saying is every ball is somebody's favorite.
Hmm.
That's something that happens. So a lot of people probably can see there's some Pokemon stuff behind me. Big fan of Pokemon forever, and that's one of the funniest things in that. There's over 1,000. Every one is somebody's favorite. Even the worst designs, even the dumbest ones. There is somebody who will live and die by that Pokemon. It's the same way with bowling balls. Even the Storm DNA, Brady McDonough was here. He will live and die by that ball. That's good. I hate that ball with a undying passion. But someone else out there loves it. That's every ball is somebody's favorite, which is crazy. There truly is no ball that everybody in the world says that thing sucks. So it's a
Hmm.
perfect way to put it. Luke Rosdahl said that recently as well in one of his. He tried doing like a 4-hour live stream pushing that, saying
Yeah.
like showing that all of these balls are actually really good, and all the companies do an incredible job right now coming out with good products. Just
Yes.
good
Yes.
products that will roll well for people. And like you said, a good pro shop will be able to fine tune it well enough with surface and with layouts to be able to match it to everybody's game in some way, shape, or form for something that they bowl on. Yeah.
I saw this one comment, and I just
Mhm.
want to respond to him really
Yeah.
quickly. Grump Grumpa Baggins says he's struggling with the next factor, 70 by 4 by 30. Thumb in, he's a lefty, 14 to 16 miles per hour. He's got a 175 to 200 rev rate, and the ball just goes straight. And he's asking for some
Mhm.
advice. Um, what I would like to tell you is, based on your ball speed to your rev rate, you are what's considered you're a speed dominant player. So a ball like a Next Factor that already goes long with its out of box finish, it's probably just missing its hook window. It's going a little too long. What I would recommend, first starting off with a 2000 pad, put some surface on it. If it still doesn't hook enough, go to a 1,000 pad. If that doesn't hook enough, then go to a 500 pad. I wouldn't go any lower than that, but just based on your style um and the ball that you're using, that's the adjustment that I would use.
Yep. Yeah. And actually, Grump, a good friend of the channel as well, bowled with him last year in the Dells for a bit, coming back from a Michigan tournament, and exact advice, especially with the layout too, 70 by 4 by 30. That'll want to push it a little further down lane. And with you being a lefty and being speed dominant, yeah, surface is going to be your friend. Lefties
Mhm.
usually don't like polish. Not
Yeah.
many lefties like
Not many do.
1500 polish. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just not needed. There's not enough traffic on the lane. There's not enough topography built up on that side where there's free hook. So you're usually wanting more surface. So
I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, don't be afraid of a 500 pad on a lot of your balls just to get it to pick up and start hooking. So that's always perfect way to put it, especially pearls. Pearls don't have to be shiny. There's no
Nope.
rule against it. Some of the best pearls are dull. I have my Zen 25 at like, it's probably at about 3,000 grit at this point, but I loved it at 2,000 grit for a little while.
That's what I have mine at, and my Phase 2 Pearl, I hit it with a 2,000 pad every week.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Mhm.
I have not touched the surface yet. I've been a little scared to. I've really liked
Don't
because I
don't
like the
be don't
rocks.
be scared.
Yeah.
That ball is what I call a gadget ball in my bag.
Oh,
It's a ball that can do anything.
okay.
Um, I've actually taken out my Phase 2 solid, and I've thrown the Phase 2 Pearl to kind of fit, like, as a solid and a pearl at the same time, and I leave it at 2,000, and, like, I just can throw it anywhere, anytime. That's why I call it a gadget ball. It's just I can
Yeah.
use it
That's a
all the
cool,
time.
that's a cool phrase. I've never heard that one. I do want to hit a very a question out here that's going to open it up a bit for you, but from Rocky, what is your favorite current new release?
Cur
Or
Favorite current new release.
favorite new release? My bad.
So let's say what's the give me a cutoff time. Let's see.
Um,
Um,
let's say July 2025. 6 months.
July
Yep.
20. Okay, last 6 months.
Yeah, so I think it was the BCP Identity in July. August was the Cove Ember.
Hmm.
We had an Amped in that. We had the Phase 2 Pearl. Oh,
Yeah.
what was September? I don't know if there was one.
Was it Equinox Solid?
Equinox Solid, thank you. Yep, that was
Yeah.
September. Rockstar Amped, Viking, P2P, Next Factor,
Next Factor,
Transformer. We'll throw
Transformer,
Vengeance in there as well.
and Vengeance. Okay. Um, it's gonna be it's I'm in between the Equinox Solid and the Phase 2 Pearl, but I still lean towards the Equinox Solid. I'm a big fan of colors also. I don't know why, but uh sometimes
You're,
sometimes
you're,
colors to me help me strike. I'm weird.
hey,
They help
that's
me strike
fair.
more,
Your
but
favorite
the
pro shop
Equinox,
guy is saying colors are how he buys his bowling balls confirmed.
yeah. Um, but that ball actually does the right shape that I need to a lot of the times, and I've had a lot of success with the Equinox Solid. So, but the Phase 2 Pro it's also right there up there with it. But I'm leaning towards Equinox Solid is probably my favorite within the last 6 months.
As one of the biggest Phase 2 stands in the world, I'm so glad they stuck the landing on the P2P.
Yeah,
So that was a ball I got early from
it was
Storm to review for
uh-huh.
bowling.com, and I was petrified before my first shot. I was
You were scared. Yep.
praying, please be good. Through like
Yeah.
5 to 10 shots, like, all right, take a breath. We're fine. This ball rolls really good. We're
Yep.
good to go. It rolls like an
Yeah.
amped. It rolls into the spot that it says it should.
Hmm.
It was cool. So I was very happy that they hit the mark on that one. And I Will Madafee here too, another fellow pro shop owner. I never leave the polish on the ball. So and he's a righty with a good rev rate and heavier
Hmm.
roll, and he doesn't leave polish on anything. So never be
Yep.
afraid to hit your ball with surface. More surface is generally better than less surface in a lot of situations. It's a lot
Just
easier to
don't
bowl if
overdo
you what'd you
it.
say?
Just don't overdo it.
Yes,
Don't crush
do
the
not
like 360.
yeah. Ignoring a 360 pad, please do not have one of those out in your local league. That is very bad. Be ready to lily.
Yeah,
But overall, don't worry about hitting stuff with surface. Always a good play. Let's see. Let's keep rolling with some comments. There's any that stick out to you, absolutely throw it out there.
I see one. So from Co the Barber 6728. So with the Vengeance, how would you rate it for a two-handed bowler? Um, when I threw my Vengeance two-handed, it was very early rolling for me, and, just like my one-handed one, I had to add the polish after, because I can't throw it as hard as, like, the younger folks who can throw it 17, 18 miles per hour off their hand. I'm closer to about 16, so I don't have the ball speed to project it to the front part of the lane like they do, um So I need my balls to clear the fronts a little bit easier. And because the Vengeance has an early cover and it comes really dull out of the box, it was hard for me to get that ball to the break point. When I added polish on it, it helped it get to the break point and still had that same shape. The cover, because it's strong, it still didn't blow past the break point, even though there was a lot of oil in the middle part of the lane. So I would recommend just don't be afraid to add a little bit of polish on it. I'm not saying like, put a lot of pressure, heat up the ball and make it like a mirror, but just add a little polish.
Yeah, perfect. JR, someone out there loves lick a tongue. Exactly. I did see a good
Lick
question.
a
This
tongue.
is gonna be
Let's see,
very
let's see. I got a Pokemon on here. You can go with the question.
all right. Big question here is gonna be very, very generic, but it's gonna be a good way to push at it. What balls do you like for lefties? You had person comes into the shop, I am lefty, and that is all they say to you. What kind of balls will you generally recommend their direction? Doesn't have to be specific balls, but like what type
What
of
type?
bowling ball? We'll say I am lefty and I bowl in a league. That is it.
Normally, like you we mentioned on this a little bit earlier, but lefties like to be a little bit straighter. They don't like to use shine, and they tend to be, plain roughly towards the gutter. And you don't want something that's just gonna, bump off the spot. So if you're brand new to bowling, you're a lefty, say you come into my shop, I want a ball, my first reactive ball. Probably a ball that I would pick for you will probably be an IQ Tour Solid, and that's because it'll give you, good control front to back, and it's gonna give you enough hook that you'll get motion down lane, but it's not gonna over jump on you, and you're still gonna be able to play the part of the lane that most lefties play.
Hmm. Always, I will always call
Hold
the IQ
reliable.
Tour a goat lefty ball.
Yep. Mhm.
It is just.
This is my favorite Pokemon.
Where did you get that?
I was in Japan, so this it was
Oh,
there it was a cherry blossom season
yep,
earlier in, April when I went, and, they had they had this Pikachu
that's
with the cherry
awesome.
blossom hat,
Yeah, the Pokemon centers
but
over there have so many. I think almost
oh,
everyone has their
crazy.
own unique Pikachu all the time.
Yep.
So that's that. Let's see. Let's keep grinding away on a question. This is a good one from Gandhi. I have and he's overseas as well, so that could play a little bit of I think lane surfaces around you, Gandhi, were a little newer if I remember the video you sent me. But you've seen many people applying 500 grit on heavy oil conditions, but they leave many single pins. Why the ball lose energy quickly?
That's a really good question. So the reason why you're leaving a lot of single pins and you're using a 500 grit, it's because um, your bowling ball goes through 3 different phases. It goes through skid to hook, which is where it's hooking, and then at the very end, your ball is always in its last phase, which is rolling. So, no matter what, your ball's gonna roll when it goes through the pins. Now, if we bring that distance from skid to hook to roll a lot sooner, that's what a 500 grit pad does. So imagine now your ball's just rolling for an extra 20 feet towards the pocket instead of 10 feet. So you're going to get more transfer of energy when your ball's hooking a little bit later, let's say 10 feet towards the pocket, versus when it's hooking a lot sooner at 20 feet when it's already has no energy and it's just rolling. That's the difference. That's why you're leaving a lot of single pins because the ball is just it's done hooking. It's just rolling. It's rolling out. Quote. That's the term rolling out.
Mhm. Perfect. Very well said. Yeah, rollout is going to be one. Lose energy, go forward. A lot of phrases you're
Mhm.
going to hear in bowling, but yeah, the earlier you make that, while it gives you more control, it's going to give you a little less pin carry. But you're usually not going to leave a lot of 210 combos as a righty or going through the face for big fours. Usually your leaves are going to be flat sevens, flat tens,
Yep.
things like that. Yeah. Let's go to one of the favorite questions that we get on the channel. This is what a lot of our live streams consist of, and we're gonna put you on the spot for it.
Uh-oh.
From
Uh-oh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Astros AF 9233. Hope it's a Houston Astros fan. Two-handed righty, high school bowler. Arsenal right now. UFO alert. Phase 2, Rockstar Amped, and an Ion Pro Solid. 18 miles an hour off the hand, 375 revs, and a two-hander, bowling in about 8 houses and traveling for tournaments. If you had to pick one ball for that person to get next, UFO Alert, Phase 2, Rockstar Amped, and Ion Pro Solid, what they have right now.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. I'm looking at. I see his PAP here, 4 and
Mm.
15/16 by 3/8 up. Um, typical high school bowler. He's got the ball speed and he's got the rev rate, so he's a little bit more on matched up on that speed to rev rate ratio. So and you're bowling at multiple houses. You're looking for another ball. You got UFO alert P2. Sorry, I'm just analyzing. I'm just
Oh,
thinking
no,
out
all
loud.
good. That's
Um,
that's usually what you have to do with a lot of these questions where there's more bowling balls. You have to kinda, like, put them into
yeah.
categories in your head of, like, this fits
Exactly,
here,
yeah,
this
so
does
I'm
this.
like, I'll just for visual, I
Yeah.
see his P2, that's his benchmark. He's got a Rockstar amp that he's gonna go down from. He's got an Ion Pro Solid that kinda goes along with the Phase 2 Pro, and then we got a UFO alert kinda sitting up here, but it can be down here depending on how it rolls for him. Um, it looks like you probably need something that's either a bigger symmetrical ball like the Vengeance, or you wanna go with a, solid asymmetrical ball like an Equinox Solid or a Ion Max. That's probably what I would recommend to help round out that bag, that you got right there. If you feel like everything that you have is strong enough, then you can go on the opposite end of the spectrum, and go with something little weaker, say like a High Road 40, or a, Typhoon. That's probably what I would recommend.
Yeah, absolutely, especially bowling tournaments, you're gonna like those smoother ball shapes a little bit more, and if you're in high school, you probably aren't bowling don't have a ton of tournament experience, but that kind of shape is gonna be your best friend for a while, especially
I
earlier
agree.
into blocks, and you never wanna start off 150 at a tournament. That's never a fun thing to do because you can't get your ball to hook. Yeah. Very good question, though. Thank you on that one. Let's see. JR Pro Shop, 5 solids and a spare ball, varying core and cover stocks. Well, yeah, for a lefty, exactly. Yeah.
What are you talking about? He just probably rolls in with 1 ball, doesn't even have a spare ball. Come
Yeah.
on, Barks, I know
That
you, right?
that
You
fits
just
a lot better. Yeah.
right, right?
Yeah, that fits a lot better, actually. It's gonna be that stupid track cipher of
He comes in with those, like, those traditional, 1 ball bags that they used to do back in, like, the '90s and '80s with his shoes inside, and he just walks
Yeah,
in the league just chilling.
that's all he
I'm like,
needs.
"Man, must be nice to be a lefty, don't have to
Yeah,
move."
God, as we bring 12 and we're just going all day.
He's like, "What are you talking about? I moved a quarter of an inch." I
Yeah,
was like, "Yeah, well, I moved like 20 boards."
I made a Chris Barnes half an O move. Don't worry. Let's see. Basic bowler, IQ solid pin down is my most versatile piece for sport shots. That has been a common take for the last 10 years in the bowling game. So completely understandable. Let's see. Let's keep scrolling a little bit. I'm gonna check on the TikTok side. Heading your way to Champions Pro Shop to have my Phase 2 Pearl Drill. Thank you, SM. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you there. I'm there on Tuesday, so make sure to come check us out at that time. Still rocking my Storm Fate. Ooh. The Fate was good. Fate was good.
I knew some two-handers that really liked the Fate.
Yeah, if you could get it to carry, if you could get it to kick a corner pin, it was awesome.
Mhm.
Like, I couldn't get it to kick a corner pin, but it was good. It was still like, it was a pocket magnet for a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, Fear of Garrett, and that's why Bay Area Pro Shop is elite, and Josh is elite as a
Oh,
PSO.
wow, thank
Ooh,
you.
yep.
Who's that? What
That
was the name?
that was Garrett.
Garrett.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate I
Fear of
appreciate
Garrett.
that. Fear of Garrett.
Yep. Just sold it. Wasn't a fan of the Fate from all day. Any tips on a good pin down layout? Do you drill much pin down for customers?
I do just based on their style. If you are more rev dominant or you throw it a little bit slower, then pin down, or as for the Storm VLS layout means larger buffer, anything around 4 inches or more. And on the dual angle side, anything more than like a 60-degree on that val angle. Um, if you are a player that throws it a little bit slower, or if you are a player that is playing a lot straighter with your angles, um, then I that's when I tend to drill pin down. Like I actually throw a lot of the bigger cores pin down. And also for when I drill my lower diff balls, those tend to be a little bit of a higher pin, because when you drill pin down, the most simplest, easiest way to put it, pin down, you're raising the RG and you're decreasing the differential. And then when you drill it pin up, you're increasing the differential and lowering the RG, aka you're making it stronger when it's pinned up and you're making it a little bit weaker when it's pinned down.
Yeah, perfectly said. Yeah. Never let people tell you that pin down stuff will hook earlier and be smoother. It
Mhm,
usually
mhm,
makes it hook later and also be
mhm.
smoother. Unless it's
Yes.
a transformer, which flip turns everything on its head and is not going to cause confusion at all. Thanks, Storm.
Whoop.
Yep. JK, all those guys who are saying that are correct on one bowling ball.
Yeah. Yep. Ooh, what is
Let's
this? Just approved pitch black blue pin.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that today. There was a new
I did
pitch
not
black that was
see
on the
that.
USB-C list. Yeah, it was literally
Wow.
called pitch black blue pin.
Huh.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, a little bit odd. I assume it's going to be overseas because I don't think we're going to have many urethanes released in the next couple of months, just with everything hanging on what the ruling's going to be. Um, but maybe you never know. You never
You
know.
never know.
Yeah, since the Ion Max Pearl didn't come stateside either ever or yet, we don't know yet. A lot of people
Oh,
have
I'm
been
hoping.
checking
I'm
very
hoping.
close. What'd you say?
I'm hoping. That
Yeah, it
colors look so good.
the color is so good. I don't
It's
even
the colors.
I haven't even looked at the cover stock. I don't care. The colors are sick.
Yeah,
Remember,
exactly.
colors
It's gonna
matter
roll
the
good.
most. That's what we've
Black
got.
it's like black balls always strike. I mean, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's oh, we've just ruined so much. We've set bowling back 2 years by having this super deep, detailed talk, and we're like, "Colors are
Yeah,
the most important thing, guys.
exactly.
Make sure you pick the pretty one," which is fair. You don't wanna throw something that you don't like seeing.
Yep.
Let's see, 2D, I've been using 45 on my val angle. That's always a perfect middle of the road. Always a
Mhm.
great middle of the road val angle. Um Yeah, if you I mean, is I know I've using the VLS system, is a half of an inch gonna do a crazy difference for you if you're deciding between a 4 or 4.5 inch pin? No, not really. It's not gonna be too
Not
insane.
necessarily. An
Yeah, four
inch
and a
is
half
a
inch
little
pin
bit
to
more.
pap, yes. Degrees wise, if you're picking between a 45 or a 50 degree, that's not gonna matter too. Don't
Yeah,
don't
if you
get
go any
too
more
deep
than
into
that.
layouts. You
Yep.
can get yourself all mixed up really quickly with layouts.
Yeah, and then you can overthink it because that's what I did for 2 years. I overthinked everything and I blamed the layouts because in my head, I am doing like, uh, what's a good analogy? What's like a very nerdy, math equation? What is it called?
Oh,
I'm thinking of something equation, like something really, really
yeah.
dumb.
I know what you're thinking. Are you thinking of like the Pythagorean or not Pythagorean theorem?
But yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
basically, in my head, I'm trying to think of the Pythagorean theorem for layouts of a bowling ball, and I'm like, okay, well, this ball drilled by 4x4x2. If I throw it here, play this angle with this surface, with this RG and this differential. From where I'm playing at with this amount of tilt and ball speed, it should strike. That's what was going on through my head for 2 years. So don't do that.
Yeah.
That's a bad rabbit hole.
Which I will take will ask you a question on the spot here, not talking about any customers, like you drilling something for a
Okay.
customer, but for yourself, for a ball that is not in the review. Do you ever do the method of fingers here, thumb here
No.
for a layout? Really? You do numbers on every layout?
Numbers on every layout.
Okay. Sounds good.
Numbers on every layout.
All
Yep.
right. Yep. I very much still at times if it's like a ball that's like, I just want to see what this does. I am a fingers here. Let's see how it rolls.
Yeah. I mean, it's not I mean, I could guess,
Mhm.
but it's only because the reason why I actually lay it out is I get a lot of questions if I'm bowling well or people just see the ball reaction, they like it, and I always get the question, what's the numbers? How is it drilled? So I like to just always have an answer to that, or at least I can think back and look like, okay, well, I had this ball, I really liked it. I knew the layout so that I could just put it on another ball.
Mhm.
That's the only reason that I've
Makes
been
sense. Yeah.
I've been
And that's a big thing with a lot
laying
of
it out.
good pro shop operator like this. He throws a lot of the stuff. He understands it just being on the lanes, not just the theoretical side or the
Mhm.
mathematical side, whatever phrase you want to use. Here's another really good question. You are often the first to post videos when Storm announces a new ball. How far in advance do you usually know about an upcoming release?
I can't say.
You can't say when you hear about it?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
wanna get in trouble, so I'm not
No,
gonna I'm not
totally
gonna
fair.
I'm
Totally fair.
just
Yep.
I am just not sorry,
Yep.
but I don't want to, ruin the contract that I
Fair.
have. So I don't yeah,
Yep. Nope. Fair enough. I will jump in from the general company side and even
okay.
pro shop side. You will sometimes not. There have been times in the last couple of years you won't hear about an announcement until the day of. You will see it with everybody else. There are also times you'll hear about it a couple weeks in advance. So it all depends. It's very much an it depends game. But
It's based on, Storm's mark I can say this, it's based on Storm's marketing strategy.
mm,
They have a strategy, they have the set people, you know, the influencers, like myself and a lot of others, and they have a strategy, like, the timing, like, Storm's gonna post it here, then we want the influencers to post it here, and that's kinda like how they get the word of mouth of this ball is coming out. It's all based on their market strategy, and we just follow whatever strategy that they are implementing. That's probably the best way that I could put it.
no, perfect way to put it. Yeah, there's always a plan, like as you see with this vengeance with V taking over the channels, like that plan has probably been in play. Like they probably had that plan for a month or two now at a minimum. Like these things are
And I didn't know about that until they announced the ball. So
yeah, that is something that you hear about. Like they probably have in the plant and know as maybe even just the marketing team for a while, but everybody else usually you hear about that stuff sometimes very, very late, which is, I mean, the worst thing you can have is you see in like you can see it in video games, you can see it in movies. Leaks ruin the plan for stuff so quickly.
mhm.
Like, I mean, that's something that Marvel for movies, for example, does such a good job on is they avoid leaks better than most. They have such
Yeah.
strict NDAs in place. That's where like the jokes with Tom Holland leaking stuff with some of the Spider-Man movies was
Yeah.
so bad because they have their own plan of we're releasing teaser 1 here, teaser 2 here. We have New York City teaser here. Like it's all a plan to be able to get people excited. And if you leak it and all the info splurges, that's bad.
Speaking of, are you a Marvel fan? Are
I
you
am,
excited
yeah.
for, Doomsday?
I just saw another teaser for it to this morning or this afternoon.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. I'm s-
me too.
even
I
I,
can't wait.
there's a lot of like negativity with some of the Marvel stuff the last couple years. I've loved every movie. I'm such a
Me too.
positive reviewer when it comes to media stuff. I am a sucker for it. Like I a lot of people trashed on the second Doctor Strange movie. That's one of my favorite movies in the
Me
last 5
too.
years. I loved
It
it.
was good.
It was so
It was good.
cool getting the Illuminati scene. Oh, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I'm deep in the MCU universe. I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh, it's
It's
so good.
incredible.
They do such a good job at making movies. It actually ruins it for other movies because I'll see the Disney money quality, like, holy cow, this is incredible. And then I'll go and watch something else like, it was fine. That was like when pre Superman,
Yeah,
recent Superman for DC, I ran into that a lot. I was like, I wish
it's just not
Disney made
the same.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, let's
But
get back into some questions. I see a good
yeah.
one right here. Um, Always Dead 5328. It is interesting to have specific layouts. I use a 1.5-inch pin on a strong solid ASIM, and it is best look I see with it. Little flare as the first ball out of the bag. And that I wanted to touch base on that. When you have a small pin buffer like that on a ball, like let's say a strong ASIM, so like an Ion Max, it's going to get the ball started really soon and it's going to want to roll forward very quickly. So if you're bowling on a lot of volume and you're playing a little bit to the right, that's going to be the perfect ball. And if you had a ball like that and you were standing all the way left and trying to open up your angles, you're just sorry, you're just never going to strike. And so I want the users at home to understand that matching up that pin buffer with the strength of the ball where you play on the lane is very important.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's you're gonna need so much axis rotation to make that ball finish down
Yeah.
lane if you're too deep, like, it's not worth it.
Like you just gotta like 90 degrees tilt it.
Yeah, like, while hand manipulation is insanely important in bowling, there can be times where it's just 10 times easier and you're gonna be way more consistent just switching to a different ball. Absolutely. Wayne Jr., the Vengeance is a replacement for the Sublime Focus. It is in a lot of ways. It's less forward. We mentioned that a little bit earlier, but yeah, absolutely it is. 100%.
I think it rolls better too,
Yeah.
because to me, Sublime Focus was just meh on my skill rating, and the Vengeance it's pretty good.
hmm Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, how did I bowl at Nationals 2025? I did all right. I was about, I think, 1770 or so. I stayed above water in team, which got us to a top 100 score. I think I shot like 580 or something. Throwing a Motive Tank Blitz from about 5 or 6 years ago. That has been my go-to natties ball for team on the shorter stuff. But otherwise, Optimum Idol solid on the doubles and singles. I should have shot 690, 690, and I'm still pissed about it. My teammate and I started 490 game one for doubles. We were lighting it up. And then the over under hit just a little too hard and we couldn't get back on track. I think I ended like 620 or something. I think he got down to like 580 or 90. So we still cashed, but it was we had so much out there for a minute. We were thinking way too far ahead for a minute, but yeah, it was a good learning experience. Baton Rouge was awesome. I will always recommend Nationals to anybody watching. If you're a bowler, it's a bowling like just even. It's awesome to go to Natties every year. They've got so many cool things. You see so many cool bowlers. Carolyn Doran Ballard was bowling on the squad before me. I might see more of her soon on the channel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ooh.
But she was bowling. I remember the first year I went, I shot like 660 for singles. I was like, man, I'm gonna win some brackets back. There was a guy named Chris Barnes on my squad who I didn't realize until afterwards when I looked at the brackets. I'm like, wait, where am I? Why did I barely make my money back? Oh, yeah, he's kind of all right. Let's see. Ooh, this is a fun one to one of my favorites of the last year or year and a half. From Pow2584, would the Origin be a good first ball out of the bag for League? I plan on using my Attention Star for transition, two-handed righty. Good old Origin.
Yeah, that would be a good ball to start off with because it's not super aggressive and dull in for a league setting. It has that little bit of polish and it doesn't want a jackknife, which is something that you want for fresh. You want something that's going to be a little bit controllable, a little bit stronger to start off with. And then yeah, like your Attention Star, it's a cleaner. You'll have more motion down lane when the lanes transition, so that'll be a good 1-2 punch.
Absolutely. Perfect. Perfect way to put it. I love the Origin. I have an extra one in my closet just in case. Let's see. How do you read pin layout of your ball? That's a good question. If you're at home right now and you want to get you don't remember the pin layout of your Vengeance, say, what do you do?
How about we just do it?
Oh, this cheater.
I'm prepared.
Jeez.
I'm prepared.
He's got a pro shop in his office. That's not fair.
I'm prepared because I actually don't remember. All right, hopefully you can see. Let me move my.
I will give you another at-home solution where you don't need a quarter scale or a half scale to do it as well.
Okay, but I actually don't remember, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go through it just so for the people at home, because maybe there's some new people here that have never seen a bowling ball laid out to find what their layout is. I'll kind of walk through it.
Yeah, and that's your one-handed one right now. We're going to do a one-handed, but two-handed is also fairly easy as well. You just have to switch it a little bit.
So this hopefully you can see it. This is
it's a little bit on the corner, so if you could hold it up a little bit would be great. Or look, this is why we pay him the big bucks.
Hold on, let me see that.
Why move the ball when you can move the camera?
Okay. Yeah. So this is the center of grip. So I find the center of grip. Then I'm going to draw my PAP, and I'm a very high truck player. So my PAP is 6 inches over by 3/4 up. So I have my PAP marked here. You can use a Prosect, but I like to use the arc ruler. This one, my pin is in my ring finger. This is how I draw all my balls for the videos.
Instead of an arc ruler or a scale as well, you can just use a soft ruler. I forget what they're called.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
clothing one. That's
yeah,
what
yeah,
I've
yeah.
used
I
in the
know what you're
past.
talking about.
Yep, it's
Okay,
just like it's a ruler that isn't going to be a straight edge
flexible.
like a school one or something. It'll
Yeah,
actually be like soft, so you can have it go around the ball, and you can get your distances approximations based on that.
yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, if you don't have this.
What is it
So my
called? Like
pin to
soft
PAP
rulers, huh?
is 5 1/4, and then for the PSA distance, you on a symmetrical ball, you need to draw from the pin through the CG 6 3/4, and that's your PSA positive spin axis, and that is 4 1/4. So I have 5 1/4 by 4 1/4, and my pin buffer is 4. And that's my layout on my one-handed vengeance.
Yeah, so
But
really, you don't need a
you can also
whole
use
lot.
your kinda fingers. That's like kinda like a cheating
Yeah.
sort of cheating way,
Yep.
like, so this is 4, so I kinda put 4 fingers here, it's close enough. I mean,
Mhm.
you can eyeball it in
Yeah.
multiple ways, but yeah, getting like a ruler, like you said,
Yep.
that's a good one.
There
But I
is
know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah, yeah,
I just don't remember
I
the name.
tape measure is all I'm finding in soft ruler, but there is
Yeah.
also a really cool thing on, recent iPhones. I don't know when it was added, but you can there is actually a measuring tool that you use your camera.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
that's right.
crazily accurate. It's insanely accurate.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never used it. I did see it on the phone, I've never
yeah,
used it, but
it's wild how close it is. It's awesome. Also, for
even on a circular object?
so I don't know if it'll be on a sphere, but what you could do is like just measure like your hand, like your
Ah,
pointer
yeah, yeah,
finger
yeah.
from like base knuckle to tip, and then you could use that. You could use a lot of things like that. So a lot of different options that can work. But I want to give
That's
a quick
awesome.
shout out to 10 gifted that we just got from Josh
Let's
Getty.
go. Let's
Josh,
go.
huge thank you for the 10 gifted. Appreciate it, man. You are way too kind. I got to come out to Pittsburgh and say hi to you sometime soon. But we had 10 people receive memberships on YouTube. Congratulations. Enjoy those memberships. Give a big thank you to Josh Getty while you're here too, for gifting all of those amazing members.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. All right. We are at about 8:15. So if you're good with one or two more questions, we can call it a night.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
good.
Sweet. Let's see. Let's pick out a couple questions that are out there. Let's hit this one. What is your go-to layout for bowling on sport conditions? Say you're bowling just on something flatter. What kind of layouts would you like to give to somebody? Like what do you
Um,
lean towards? It's a little bit of a broader question, but
it's a little broader, so
yeah.
I'll do, like, maybe 2 or 3 balls.
Okay, perfect.
So I always like to have a urethane in my bag, so since I don't bowl, on the national tour, I just throw pitch black. Um, on my pitch black, I would probably typically use for one-handed a 5 by 4 by 2 3/4 on my pitch black that kind of puts the pin right above my ring finger for me. Um, and then I'll probably have a ball that I will like to transition into after that, which will probably be like a Viking. And I will have that uh, with this layout, which is like a 5 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 4. Um, and that'll help me move a little bit left, and I can blend the lane out and still have enough shape. Um, and an option to play off of that, if my urethane is not in play, I'll have a Equinox solid or an Ion Max, kind of depending on what kind of oil is out there. And I will probably have that drilled pin down with a 5 by 4 by 4 1/4, because I like to control, because I have a high rev rate and my ball speed is not super high. So I'm slightly more rev dominant as a one-handed player
Mhm.
with
Perfect.
a heavy ball roll.
Yep.
So
No, that's absolutely perfect. Yeah, like we said earlier, you always want that control on the harder stuff. That's always going to be better. You're going to want the quicker stuff when things break down a little more. It acts more like a house shot. You got to get a little deeper on the lane and be able to get your ball to carry compared to just
mhm.
getting it to hit the pocket a lot. Because that's
Yep.
always one of the positives with urethane is the control is the reason it's so good. You can hit the pocket 10 times a game with that thing. It's just kicking out a corner pin is going to be a little bit tougher.
I agree.
Yeah. Ooh, let's go to this one, but I'm going to open it up a little bit as our final question. It's one of the best selling balls of the year from Storm, which is low key surprising to me. But people love it. I don't match out with mine well, but people love it. The Gremlin. We have a question from Guardian, one of our winners of the night. What is your opinion on the Gremlin for a speed dominant right-handed player? And I want to open it up a little bit about just your thoughts on the Gremlin. Have you guys drilled a lot? What kind of bowler style likes the Gremlin best for what you've seen?
Um, we've actually drilled a lot of the Gremlins, and then the Hyperdrive Pearl came out, and then that kind of took the sales away, and then the Next Factor came out, and then basically both of those ball sales went away, coming from a pro shop perspective. But talking from the Gremlin, just in say just that ball itself, it's really good. It's a cleaner piece, but it's not as long as a Next Factor, but it does the right things because out here we bowl on a lot of friction, a lot of early friction, and that Gremlin helps not see that first 15 feet where all that traffic is, and it just pushes right through it, which is really nice. So the carry percentage is always up there with a ball that has a cleaner cover and a slightly higher RG. Those tend to roll really good out here where we're at.
Yeah. Did you hit a lot of them with surface?
Yeah,
Okay.
we normally tend to knock the shine off, and what I mean by knocking the shine is like a used 2000 or a used 3000 and kind of just lightly go over it by hand, and then throw in a couple shots and then kind of get it to like a lane shine after that. Then they tend to roll really good. Um, Out of the box, sometimes with that ball, it was a little too whippy off of the back end, and that giving it a little bit of texture uh, helped that ball get to its truest form.
Yeah, I definitely liked mine more when I popped 3000 grit on it. It acted a little bit better. It was a little smoother down lane, which was needed. Helped me throw it on a little bit more stuff, which was good.
Yeah, it's a good ball.
Yeah.
It's a great ball.
Mhm.
I like the logo too. I like the logo Gremlin.
Dude, talking with bowling.com, one of the partners of the channel. Make sure to go check them out, by the way. They are incredibly nice people, awesome guys over there. So go check out bowling.com if you're buying anything online. But talking to them, they're like, yeah, this Gremlin is killing it right now. And I throwing mine, it was very love-hate for a while, but everybody really likes it. And the comments online, watching Beef and Barnsey, watching other random streams or videos, people are like, I love my Gremlin. What can I do to match my Gremlin? What can I get to get close to the Gremlin? It's like I couldn't believe that ball was doing so well, but the theme of it was great. It was around Halloween time. They had a good marketing campaign with it, with the Gremlin and the Find the Gremlin type thing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That ball,
They did, I think they did that was one of the ones that they did different marketing strategy on too, and I think they did a good job on that one as well.
yeah. That actually wasn't around Halloween time. That was like September, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like right before that,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it kind of like went towards it kind of leaned a little bit into Halloween, but that's also when the Hyperdrive Pro came out, so then that's when it kind of started to get like a little bit of overshadowing.
hmm Yeah.
I think Gremlin was like a July release, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah. And the colorway was sick.
The colorway was
Really good.
amazing.
Purple with the green
Amazing.
was
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
Very well done. All right. Well, we are going to call it on that. First of all, everybody here, make sure to go check the description. Go follow Joshua Tajiri on all social medias. He is on everything. He puts out, in my opinion, the best Storm content out there. You will see comparisons galore on his channel. You will see one-handed. You will see two-handed. You will see guides. You'll see a coaching one. He has videos with USBC Masters champion D-Ron Booker. I remember one of the best videos with that, going another tangent because I do that way too much, where you were checking his fit.
Mhm.
Dude, that video was electric. I think every bowler needs to see that just to be able to check their own fit. I think is super important. You cannot out bowl a bad fit. And D-Ron was a
Yes.
perfect example. You guys saw him in the Masters. You guys saw him in a lot of places. He's an uber talented dude. But you can't out bowl a bad fit a lot of the time, which is tough.
Mhm.
So make sure to use that video to go check out like what your fit is. Super helpful for bowlers, super helpful for pro shops as well. It's a win-win in a lot of ways, but make sure to go check out his channel. He's got awesome content. He's popping out ball reviews every time that there's a new storm ball out. He has the Vengeance right now, the Transformer. If you want to go to past ones to check if you want to buy a Rockstar amped Phase 2 Pearl that we mentioned in this video, Gremlin that we mentioned, he's got videos on every single one of them. Josh, any final words?
No, I wanted to really say thank you for having me on the channel. It's a lot of fun, and maybe we should do this more often if you get enough people that want to see me more on your channel. Like every time there's like a multiple release like this or something, and people want to hear more about the balls, let ZVL know, let Zach know.
Let me know down below in the comments if you're watching this after the fact and you make it to the 2 hour and 22-minute mark. Let me know if you
Yes.
want to see more of this guy on the channel. We can make this happen a lot of times, trying to open up things more. Also, for a personal sappy note, Josh was the first person who allowed me to showcase his videos on my TikTok when I was just getting bigger. When I ran into some issues with some copyright things, he was there to say, hey, you can use my stuff whenever to help grow bowling. He's incredible dude for doing that. Make sure to go check him out just for how nice of a dude he actually is, helping to want to build the game and helping just me personally as a tiny dude at the time try to grow a little bit in this. So
And now
huge
look
thank you
at
to
you.
you.
You are big. You are bigger than I am.
Nah, nah. As long as one grows, everyone grows in this lovely
I
game.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
I think
It's all for
Lewis said that
bowling.
really well, and I think he had a
He
video
did.
yesterday calling himself a fraud, um,
Mhm.
which was a wild title. But
Oh, Lewis.
yep. But he said it really well. Rising tide, all of that. So I want
Yep.
to give a big thank you to you. Make sure to go check him out. Otherwise, I want to give a big thank you to everybody here. Storm Bowling for letting us give away a Vengeance to Wayne. Wayne, congratulations. All the winners of today, Guardian, Wayne. Who was number 3? Oh, that was John. John, Wayne, and Guardian. Congratulations, you guys. Storm, massive thank you. You guys are the best for letting us give away one of your Vengeances on the channel. So thank you guys. We might have more giveaways coming soon with either ZVL stuff or other stuff going on. But make sure to drop a follow, sub, whatever platform you're on, drop a like. Best way to help support the channel, best way to help in this lovely game of YouTube and social media that we all love, know, and love. But I will see you guys on the next one. We'll be live again next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, as per usual. Where is my TikTok live stream? God, TikTok is so broke. All right, there we go. All right, I want to thank each and every one of you. We will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya.